Hello everybody and welcome to day number 2 of the Ultimate Pool Players Championship. Day number 1 saw so much action. We had freaky flukes, we had crazy clearances, and we had so much drama that day 2 has a lot to live up to. The good news is it did. We've got so much action for you coming up over the course of this next highlight show, including one of the best groups we've seen in a very, very long time. Keep a look out for group number 8, but don't skip forward, there's lots to come. First, we start with group number 5. Ronan McCarthy, the former champion, John McAllister, Connor Jones and Matt Cook get us started.
And he fires in the opening break of the day, and it's a good one. We'll give him first poke against John McAllister. If you are watching us on that there Facebook, you're watching us for the first couple of games this morning, and then we'll end our free view and head back on over to Ultimate Pool TV, where you can continue to join the fun. You just need to be a subscriber. We do have some event-specific promo codes for you. You can get £2 off your first month, so your first month of action is $4.99. That's PC2 is your discount code, and PC10 will get you tenner off your whole year's subscription. We've still got loads to come in 2024, let alone what comes at the beginning of 2025. We've got the Worlds coming up in 6 weeks. Got the Monday night shows, the Champions League, the Pairs Cup around the corner.
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing is a couple of weeks away. Yeah,
I think for me that's one I marked down on the calendar very early.
Yeah, we've got loads on the way for you, as well as all the series events, all the weekend events. There's loads of action. You get pretty good bang for your buck with the Ultimate Pool subscription. So if you do want to join us, please do. PC10 will get you tenner off your whole year. Or you can just watch the first 2 matches this morning with us, go along with the rest of your day, but I think that would be a bad shout. That's just one man's opinion. Matt Cook has gone around this finish, at least to start with, very, very nicely indeed. Played a lovely opening shot to land on the yellow on the rail.
Yeah, yesterday I think early on we saw a lot of players struggling with the cue ball, struggling to get the grips with the table. For whatever reason, everybody was saying it's playing that little bit nippier than they kind of almost can remember. But as the day went on, I think the standard got higher. The performance from Dylan Leary was without doubt the performance of the day. It was absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, excellent.
But Matt here has started with some really nice positional shots. That shot, as you referenced, to get onto the right-hand side where he picked the gap.
Lovely little cannon that he played there on the red, just to open up that slightly awkward yellow. He's picked a lovely route here.
Yeah, and this is very, very impressive for the first frame of the day.
Just has to get it sort of done now. He's going away from his work on the 8 ball. Yeah,
having given him the big build-up that his cue ball's been very good in this visit. That's the first one that's gone wrong and gone too far. So now he's either going to have to drop it in and accept what he's got, but he's probably got too much angle for that. So
I think he does. It's thin, this.
Yeah, he's
got to avoid these reds.
Got into it too much. Tough because you're sort of digging into it to get to the top cushion. I wonder whether
he's still on it though.
Yeah, I wonder whether side cushion, top cushion with some side might have been the way just to bring it down the line. But however he feels out there, I guess he might have felt he was a little bit close to the in-off playing that shot.
So this to get the job done. Oh, heart the pocket, Cookie, never in doubt. Wow.
And that half a issue he created for John is going to be enough. He's going to get that second chance. That was tough for John, but I didn't expect him to miss it. For me, I was expecting to see how's he going to deal with the yellow on the left-hand side. As it turns out, he left the perfect angle to deal with the yellow on the left-hand side. But he's not going to get to play the shot.
Or at least he shouldn't.
Oh, no. Oh, he's not come far enough here.
At least he shouldn't.
Yeah, his first error was a poor one. This is really poor from Matt. You can't not get on the red from where he was there.
Yeah, agreed.
For all the good work of the opening frame, this has been very surprising.
Yeah, got a huge amount of time for Matt, but that was a truly awful shot. Can you recover? You better believe it. This will really sting. In a strange way, it's worth winning a frame like this versus just knocking in a finish that you could make.
Are we trying to say that he snookered himself on purpose?
No, I'm not trying to say snookered himself on purpose. I'm saying it's beneficial to have gone the way that he has. Because Matt Cook had a dot-to-dot layout from the break there. He should have taken those reds out basically with his eyes half open. I mean, let's have it right. Matt made a real dog's dinner of that finish. But 2-1 he leads, 7.5 to play. That's a bit more like it on the John McAllister break. That was a belter. Deserves a ball.
Last couple of rolls really hurt him. You feel like this is going to be another perfect layout, and it's not. And how stupid is this game? His first break was as poor as he can hit it, and he gets the absolute dream split. That's flushed, and nothing.
Oh, partner Danielle Randall in the house, cheering John on.
Another miss. Oh, he used the red. I don't know if that was the plan or not, but never a problem for him.
I think it probably was, because I think that line is what he wanted to keep the cue ball with.
I'm not sure, because he's nudged the ball away. He's not good on the next ball here. I don't know if he was playing to leave that over the pocket and then work his way. I don't know. It was a slightly strange one. Yeah, he's not going to continue, so...
Maybe it was a case of just getting reds.
Maybe.
Yeah, unsure, I'll be honest.
Huge frame though, with now that we're into 6 minutes left, huge frame. Because it's going to take a little bit of time to work out, and Matt wins this frame. You feel like it's going to be too far back for John, depending on how many minutes gets used up. There is nothing on here for yellows though. I mean, Matt's big second favourite. It's just going to take a little bit of working out.
That's a lovely touch.
That solves one problem, and now an attempt to solve the other problem.
Well, you can go cushion first off the red, I think, here.
May have to go direct off the red. We'll see. It's just one of those that's a little bit between.
Yeah, I think if he goes direct off the red, I'm not sure there's enough red showing to move it enough. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe there is.
Yeah, when you see that angle, it feels like the play, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good angle to see. Got a bit lucky there.
Yeah,
Got a little bit lucky.
He was playing it off the yellow on purpose. So as you say, there wasn't much red showing, but he got the double kiss that just nudged it in. I think all things are in his favour for that to happen, but can't begrudge him that with the quality of the break and the layout he was given.
No, he's taken these out very nicely, to be honest with you. Thought this frame would take a little longer, but John McAllister has taken the ball by the horns.
Yeah, he had two problems, but he had two very clear ways of dealing with it, and minimum of fuss has dealt with it.
2-2.
And it is John McAllister with the break with 20 minutes on the match clock. Oh, tough scenes. Had a brief chat with John, and just after his last match, and said it's a silly game. The only break that came out well for him in the last was when he absolutely mishit it, and the better he hit the break, the worse the outcome. And well, Scott, straight away he hit that like a dream, and it's not a good outcome.
Yeah, I mean, it's always more annoying when you get sort of kicked in like he did there. I mean, the white was tracking that way, but even so, to get the second contact from the cue ball to knock it in.
Almost feels worse when that happens, because you kind of got the, oh, I've got away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't kind of feeling. So
great opportunity here for Connor early doors, just to beat the red here and himself just off straight. All straight.
Yeah, I think the challenge at the moment for Connor, obviously he's just lost the first match, but I just mean in general, I think he's a confidence player. He's a player that's always backed his ability, and he's always been a very confident player, but right now his confidence is as low as I've ever seen it, and he's just on a real downer, I think, with his game at the moment, and he needs a spark to rediscover, because he's a sort of inspirational player. You know, he's a shot maker. You know, patterns can go wrong from time to time, but he backs himself to make the big shots, and today what we've seen in that first match, well, this is a very good clearance, but what we saw in that first match was Connor missing balls that you don't associate with Connor. And he's just on a bit of a downer. Oh, wouldn't you know it, gets the golden break this time. Desperate for it in the last match, and it didn't happen. First break in this one, and in flies the golden break. And, well, that has put the group favourite under huge pressure. 2-0 down, and having lost his opening match, John McAllister is in trouble.
Yeah, John's going to feel like the world's against him right now, and it kind of makes his next break even more massive now as well, doesn't it? If he was to go dry, it could potentially be his last shot of the match.
Then I can't compete, I'm not good, you know, all this sort of stuff. But when he's winning, he's buzzing, and I think if he just kind of, oh no.
The previous shot was the poor shot. To leave that angle was, you know, for a player of Connor's ability, was just careless really to even leave that angle.
Yeah. You can see, I mean, I know he was smiling after the golden break, but it's kind of, you can see almost a tortured mind walking back to his chair. That isn't the frustration of that shot, it's the frustration building up over the course of a few months, I feel.
I feel like this, not just this match, I feel like this group's just going to be full of twists today. I've just with some of the shots that are being played at the moment, and the mistakes that are being made, and I don't know, I quite like watching the pros.
Yeah.
Have a little moments like this, you know. It shows they're human after all.
Well, you're up here supporting Cookie, and he's in a great spot going into the next match.
Absolutely, yeah. Just avoiding defeat in that second game against Rowan.
Yeah.
You know, a draw would be absolutely fine.
I'm with you. I think there'll be a few twists along the way before we get to the end of this group.
So I think here, this is an example where John will play this at pocket speed, where it will, even if it looks like it's slightly missing, it will, you know, probably still falling off the jaws. And the way he cues the ball as well, he hits these so sweet normally as well. I mean, it was never anywhere else, was it?
Yeah, but the pace he played out is beautiful as well, isn't it?
So you just draw back now towards the left middle for the right and red is the right middle. Strange to talk about a former world champion needing the frame to settle, but do you feel like John does need this frame just to feel part of this match? Because, like you said, with that previous break, it was almost like he was like resigned to losing, so gives him a new impetus now.
Which is so unlike John, because he does have one of the better temperaments in the game. He could crumble. I think I'm with you.
And of course, you go dry when you need one, and it's just one yellow here to get into play, and
shouldn't be too tricky for John to deal with it. He's got angles on balls now to be able to deal with it if he wants to. He may go for a better angle on the one to right centre, but the one bottom left goes straight into it.
It's such a huge target, isn't it? It's almost like if you clatter a red, you're almost going to promote the yellow here, isn't it, anyway?
Yeah, just got the red though.
Double kissed it, didn't he?
Yeah, but
he's got another angle now, Simon, has he?
Yeah, second prize. He's got the angle straight away.
Although he may not, because he's so close to the cushion, he might not be able to generate the stun down to break them out. So he might have to sort of play this with a lot of topspin and power. Yeah, which he has done, and
yeah, that's okay. He's got left centre and he's away.
He's got the perfect link up yellow at the top left for the 8 as well later on. So barring a disaster here, I think this is pretty much all over.
Probably wanted that yellow as his connection, but it's not really a problem. He's got other balls that will connect to that yellow over top left. Just the two reds are just a little bit blocking it. But
we talk of his cue in there. I mean, he barely hit that to generate that cue ball back there, didn't he? It's pure timing. Would you say John is probably the closest to Chris Melling with the you know, the way how far he draws the cue back on his shots?
Possibly. He does come back. A completely different style, of course.
Yeah.
Chris has got that much more classical kind of almost snooker technique, and John's almost kind of a little bit American in the style.
Yeah.
But he
If you
does
see
pull it back a long way.
Yeah, you see the tip almost comes right back to his thumb. You know, it's almost coming off of his hand. It's coming back that far. So it's just a little drag shot here, I think. We stunned across. That's absolutely fine. Yep.
Four straight, just. Oh, I thought he'd missed it for a second, but it is 4 straight for John McAllister after going 2 down thanks to that golden break. He gets 4 on the bounce, and he gets the first points on the board in this group. Keeps his hopes alive.
Well, he can, so he can come off 2 cushions and try and hit the yellow down at the bottom of the table. Hard to judge off the cushions over the slide. And he'll be happy enough for that. I know he'd be happy to just make contact with the yellow and not give ball in hand. But obviously Matt's got a good chance here as well. If that red passes up the cushion past the other red, then I'd fancy him to get these. If it doesn't, then there's a bit of work to do and he might have to play a couple of shots. But
Yeah, I think it does pass. He could take it now. Yeah, he's going to. He's obviously got the
there's no
easy
call.
one to the right middle.
Take the easy one to the middle to get started. It obviously does go, because if he was lining it up from there, then it must go.
I was actually really impressed with Matt in his first match against John McAllister. Looked really good. He took out one very sketchy finish, which ironically was the easiest of all the finishes that he had to take. But other than that, was very, very impressive.
Matt Cook's very underrated. You know, he's had a couple of big scalps. I know he's beat Tom in Blackpool, and there's not too many that can say they've beat Tom in Blackpool this past while. So, you know, Matt's very underrated for me. I've played him once, and he played brilliant against me and beat me a few years ago. So I always sort of remember Matt from that, you know. And a nice fella at that, you know, so I like to see him doing well.
Yeah, agreed.
So he'll probably just drop this in and take the red long, leave the red on the cushion. If he could leave the cue ball somewhere where the red is now, it's sort of just, he can pat the red along the cushion and come out for the black for his last ball, so.
Yeah, that's pretty good, I'd say.
That's pretty good, yeah, he looks. It's just a natural angle then. All you have to do is worry about patting the ball. You don't have to do anything with the cue ball. It's coming out naturally across for the 8 ball into the opposite corner.
Yeah, nice. Got a little bit into that.
That's the table caught me out yesterday. I got caught out a couple of times getting into the cue ball too much, and it is so reactive, you know, and it is quick. Them little shots are so hard to judge, especially when you're doing the 6 reds. You're trying to stop the cue ball dead, and it starts rolling on you. Yeah, but he's managed to drop it in nicely.
Played that really well.
Yeah, Ronan will be disappointed. He had that yellow to the middle, but it was the yellow that he played off the red, which was the poor shot. He played it too thick, left him an awkward angle. And somebody at Ronan's class, you know, you'd fully expected to get that shot right, and he didn't. So that red though is quite trapped, and Ronan's gonna have to play a good shot to get it out.
It's just going to die in.
Yeah. But that red beside the yellow is a big problem for Ronan, the way it's sitting at the minute. I'm not even convinced it doubles. And now he's put another one on the cushion as well. And he might play the double here. But again, this is just chasing. You're 2-0 down and the clock's against you.
Onto the 15-second shot clock we go. Rattles in one double. He may need another.
I'll tell you. Yeah. And where that red is, I don't think it doubles either, because where the yellow is, I think it'll double kiss the double, you know.
Or can he come straight back into
Wow,
it
he's
here?
I think he actually can if he hits it. Oh,
It's a lovely shot.
nothing's on them.
Cannon was good, but yeah, cue ball is an issue.
He's okay though, he can just play the safety shot.
I think he thought that he hit the black for a second, but
No.
he got as close as he could to it.
The reason he's disappointed is because he didn't want Matt to see this yellow up at the top end of the table. That's going to fall, that's going to drop.
That's not a bad result for Ronan.
No, he'll be happy now. If that yellow stays over the hole, Ronan's in big trouble.
Yeah, it's ironically the last thing that Matt wanted to happen. He sneaked this into a pocket, I wonder. He gave it a good go.
Oh, yeah.
Chance though for Ronan.
Well, he'd be just delighted to at least have a sniff to potentially get a draw out of this game the way it's went. 3 minutes on the clock.
A draw is not a bad result
No, it's not. No,
for Ronan, having won his first game.
it's not the end of the world, obviously. So he really needs the golden break here to have any chance.
Well, we did see a golden break earlier on today, hit by Connor Jones.
Oh! We're going to need
Well,
it. We're
Ronan's going to concede. The cue ball's just joined us actually in the commentary box. I'll give you that one, Decky, to take back to our referee, Orich Tesco. That one finishes out. Ronan concedes. Matt Cook with the win, and he is flying. 2 wins from 2, and Matt Cook is in the last 16 of the Players' Championship. Some real pace into that one to get off to the first chance. So John is going to have opening poke in this first frame. So first chance then for John McAllister. As we welcome back Simon Webb into the commentary booth.
Yeah, this is the game, isn't it? It's all building up to this moment.
Yellow ball's in play.
And we're going to lose a world champion here, one way or another.
Yeah.
Good opportunity here for John. Everything goes. I think the yellow nearest the top left, I think it goes okay. It's maybe not the full pocket, but I also don't think it's too tight. He's coming around to have a look at it now. Yeah, it does look like he's got about maybe 3/4 of a pocket. It does look tight, but it's all about that ball. The rest is fine. The 8 ball goes, I think, comfortably enough. So it's all hinges on the one by his hand. Yeah, there you go. And he's got the perfect ball to get on it as well.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say...
Wait, you can play it next because he's dead
Yeah.
straight on the one to the left centre.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, because I wouldn't want to be... I mean, he's looking up the table now, but I wouldn't want to play that yellow to connect to the yellow down the table here. I'd want to... Yeah, this is the way so he was just lining things up. So this is the way, because then you leave loads of angle on the one on the top cushion to come down the table.
Well, the table's just sprung on him a little bit here. We've heard from quite a few players about how reactive the table's playing. He would love just to have replaced that yellow with the cue ball. Just tracked it through another couple of centimetres. Shouldn't be a problem, but just something we're noticing. So has to come the other side of the yellow, which again is no issue, but I'm sure the plan originally would have been just stop shots essentially. And then he just had to float down the middle of the table. He might just be looking at different bottom pockets now. That's what he may have done earlier. It's too far.
Yeah, it's quite significantly too far. The problem was he didn't want to leave the high angle, and then he's got a problem because he's got to try and avoid the 8 ball, so he wanted to make sure he got far enough down there, and he's just overdone it.
If you're going straight into this red, it's not a problem. And he was. He's judged that really, really well.
It's very solid, isn't it, John?
It's a classy visit, that, wasn't it? Yeah. Tricky little layout.
But no, he's looking at both options. It's tight. He's going to go the other way. And this is the positional shot he didn't want to have to play. So much so he's just come round to have a look at the options for the 8 ball up the table. Getting above the 8 ball from here is tricky. Accepted the double. As Declan Brennan watches on and surprised by that.
Oh.
Well, nearly fluked it. He was not particularly close to the double. Nearly went in off as well. Just shows you really good layout for Owen. Obviously, one good shot to develop the bad ball, and then, but that transition shot, you know, he's got his line wrong, which is so easy to do, and all of a sudden it ends up as an error that he can't solve. And well, 5:40 left, and he's staring, going behind in the face rather than being in front with the break. It's huge. That visit that Ronan's just had is huge.
He couldn't, could he? He couldn't, could he? Oh,
Wow.
Goodness me.
Well, it's absolutely a massive second prize. Yes, I thought he had made this, and that's how close he was. But that red now bottom near the 8 ball, unless it slides in off the 8 ball, which I don't know if it does. It doesn't look like it from the overhead camera we were looking at. He has a major problem out there now, does John McAllister. Main camera to me looks like there's a chance. The overhead camera, not so much. John's going about this fairly quickly. So,
to be honest,
I think he probably does go.
I think he has to go about it quickly. There's less than 5 minutes to play. He's on a 15-second shot clock. The rest of this frame isn't going to be dictated by these balls. He almost needs to speed up, get himself there, and then what can he do?
Well, my thinking was not so much the speed of play, but more if that red doesn't go, can you find that really telling snooker? Now, I know that's dangerous with the ball over the pocket, but that's probably, is that a better option than trying to deal with that red? Because if he gets cue ball in hand, he can deal with that red. But the way he's going about this makes me feel like the red goes.
I think getting a snooker was harder. He may even try and play short position here.
Yeah, that's why I was saying cue ball in hand would have worked. No, it goes. So he's okay. It was actually not a problem at all.
It's still tight. I'm not sure he's convinced. Oh, and it goes. He didn't like it, but he doesn't mind it now. 2-1.
Oh, what a break. What a break that is.
He's breaking so well today.
He's found some more power than we've seen from him previously, and there's fairly consistent control with it as well. His in-offs have been very unfortunate in-offs. Does have a cluster, though, problem to solve. Oh, does the red squeeze through? This red must go. There's not a problem to solve. this is a really good chance. That's lovely. Fairly straight in on red to right centre, connects to both of the balls on the cushion. And the 8 ball is there waiting. Can't take these 2 on the cushion for granted, especially at 15 seconds a shot and the pressure of the situation, but he's going to be perfect on them.
Well, well, well. Beautifully done from Ronan McCarthy. We're going to have 90 seconds. And it's going to be all square if Ronan can hold himself together. Never in doubt. Now more than ever.
Oh, he gets one.
Oh, doesn't he ever?
Really popped that well. And the layout's okay. Problem at the top of the table if he goes yellows. But I think how difficult are the reds? So the 2 reds are plant into the corner, 2 into the middle are fine. I think reds are the option if those 2 balls plant into the corner. If not, he's got to get the right-hand side of them when he's playing it. So the plant must... Oh, it's dead set. Absolutely dead set. This is perfect. Perfect layout for John McAllister. And having said he doesn't have to worry about the clock, he did use up pretty much 30 seconds for his first shot. So just has to be mindful of the match clock here. We're just going into the final minute now. We have seen players just lose the match clock from time to time out there. Just keep your mind on it.
50 seconds.
We'll want to land fairly straight on the plant here, just so we can go back to back, and the last 3 can be played super quick then.
Ooh, he's okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Perfect, in fact. Quick glance at the clock. These 3 shots can be played quickly.
Yeah, he's watching the match clock.
Yeah, he's doing this so he can get the buzzer beater. He wants to make sure that when he plays the 8 ball, the cue ball is still in motion. He does not want to give Ronan McCarthy the break for a golden break. Great clock management.
5 seconds. Keeps the cue ball moving. That is brilliantly done from John McAllister. The buzzer beater eliminates Ronan McCarthy, and John McAllister is through to the last 16 of the Players' Championship, knocking out the former champion on the way. What a super performance from John.
On to Group 6, Aaron Davies, Craig Waddingham, Tom Cousins and Josh Juhas. This group is locked and loaded. Champions
League champion about to get us going. He's taking on Tom Cousins, the #1 player in the game. 20 minutes, race to 4. 4 great players in this one. No idea what's going to happen, but thankfully I do have somebody here with me on commentary, John Rowe, who may have a bit more of an insight. John, how are you?
A bit. Not a lot.
Of course, you're here. You'll be playing in the next group. You're in Group 7. We'll get to see you in action in a little bit, but yeah, this is a mouth-watering group, and this is essentially the match of the group as well, really, as in terms of the titles with Ultimate Pool. Tom Cousins, the #1 player. Craig Waddingham's right up there. This is box office right from the start.
And this is actually a lovely break, a lovely layout. There's such a nice sort of pattern to these balls. The last 3 balls literally sort of sell themselves. You get to the top right, and then right centre, then left centre, black right centre. The only thing he's got to do is get onto that red ball in the middle of the 3, I think, after this shot, and then he's away. So be well happy with that outcome. It's just his shot. Oh, he's going to go below it. So he's going to go for the outside one. I thought he might leave that when he bumps the yellow out of the way to be on the black for the last ball. But it's always a gamble when you try to risk the route they take, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone sees it slightly differently, but
when you're sitting here, you see it. You sometimes see it a lot easier, don't you?
yeah, I found that moving from playing the game to commentating. I go out there now and stand by the table, you can't see a thing.
Yeah,
it's so strange.
I was watching Lewis last night, and I was saying to him, "Oh, you could have done that, gone that way." And he's like, "Yeah." He said, and I said, "I'm sitting here, and you're out there." And it just looks so different,
it looks
you know.
so different.
And obviously, because I've been in there, you just know you don't see it the same way. Yeah. So would have been the last. This would have been the last two shots, but obviously the red next to the yellow would have been there, and he would have just been bumping out the way for the black. But now he's got to play a bit more position on the black. Obviously, shouldn't be a problem, but
Yeah, he should be fine as long as he just has to get across it one way or another,
Yeah,
depending on
that's
which way he wants to.
Has he got a bit of funny
No, he's
angle on
okay.
that? Is he right? Can
I
top
think he's
through
just
enough?
okay, yeah.
Get my ruler out. Check
Maybe
that
pinch the
right.
pocket for action,
Yeah.
but it is a half a turn low of straight, so he can just top through and be nice on the 8 ball to the corner.
It nearly goes to this bottom left as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think this if these two break well, I don't think there's going to be many other visits involved, is there? Apart from one visit per frame.
No, Craig Waddingham off to the perfect start. Break clearance to get us going here in Group 6.
He's cut breaking. That's when you know there's something wrong with the
Yeah.
Tom Cousins break, when he pulls out the old cut.
And it's right. So the chance for the perfect match for Craig Waddingham. Chance for 4-0 with 4 finishes from the break. And these Reds are pretty good again. Well, better than that. They're very good again.
Yeah, this is Tom could be a bit frustrated if say Craig didn't hit his last break particularly great. Did he had a nice lie out, but he's had 2 breaks and broke dry, and he's like he went off the first one, did he?
Yeah,
Put the
straight.
white on the first one?
Yeah, he went straight off on the
Yeah.
first one. Yeah. So a chance for Craig to pretty much limit Tom to 2 shots in a match. What's the fewest number of shots you've ever played in a professional match?
What, had in a match or?
Yeah.
I couldn't,
I
to
want-
be honest with you, with this format, I've played in a doubles one time, and I think I didn't have a shot in the match.
Didn't have the
Obviously
shot.
The doubles was a
Yeah,
is a
slightly
bit different,
different,
isn't it? Yeah, I remember that, but other than that, I don't remember too much.
I lost 6-0 once with 4 shots, 3 dry breaks and a missed
Yeah.
pot.
I remember
Well,
when
2 dry breaks, a pot was successful and a missed
I
pot.
think the last 16 of the series, and so I played Declan, I was 5-0 down and only broke twice.
Yeah,
that was-
it does happen. It does happen. It's tough, and you just have to take it on the chin. And it looks like Tom's going to have to do that here because Craig Waddingham is 3 pots away from, well, just the perfect start to the group.
Yeah, it makes it very easy to sort of commentate or do anything on, isn't it? It
Well,
just feels so quick.
Every match will be 12 minutes long, and
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
it's fantastic.
Be home by 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, what a performance this has been.
Yeah, it's just, he's not done anything wrong, has he? Anything at all.
2 break clearances, 2 reverse clearances. The number 1 player played 2 shots in a match, and he loses 4-0. Craig Waddingham off to a flyer. Craig beats Aaron, then it's essentially, so let's fast forward and say Tom wins, and he's 3 straight breaks that have not worked for him.
Wow.
So it will be Josh with the first chance here. But I'll just finish what I'm saying. If Tom was to win this match, then he would want Craig to win the next one, and then essentially he's playing a straight knockout
Yeah.
against Aaron.
Yeah, so it just come down to similar with John McAllister and Ronan.
Exactly what we saw, a little bit earlier on. But right now, Tom needs to get an opportunity because he sat and watched his opponents play. He's played 3 shots so far today.
See, why could he not have done that against me in the
Yeah,
British Open?
in the British Open final, where it certainly wasn't the case towards the back end of that match.
But yeah, this is the thing with pool. It's like always, regardless how good you strike the break, it is always a certain bit of luck involved. But yeah, I think it is a bit of shock to the system for Tom when he's not getting balls or always like going against him. But Josh is a lot
from
fortunate
Josh,
there.
yeah.
Yes.
With that in mind, I think he might have half a chance here. I think the yellow's still onto the centre. It's just delicate.
Yeah, I mean, always like queuing off the cushion makes it. But if you can see the one that's going to be close to the middle bag, it makes it easier.
Oh, he can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a surprising miss though.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't get a lot of chances against Tom Cousins, and
No.
realistically, that was quite a nice chance here, Simon.
Yeah, the miss on the 8 ball in the last match for Josh, I think I said at the time, it felt like it could be a tone setter in the wrong way for him. He would have known coming in it's a tough group, and he was 2-0 down when he missed that 8 ball, but essentially sealed the match going against him. And yeah, that can really go into your next match because it was such a jarring miss.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you've got like a shootout match pretty much against like the world's best.
Yeah, yes,
that's pretty tough. But regardless, I mean, he's, unless obviously Tom and Craig drew, I mean, he would have been playing like Craig and the other, and Craig just says, I mean, Craig's world class as well.
Exactly. So a loss of turn played from Tom. He has left half a chance here.
Yeah, but I think the white's always looking away from his work. But no, listen, it's still a wee sneak preview. This yellow goes by the red into the middle. But I don't think he can get on the one below the 8 ball.
He'd have to absolutely kill it in.
Yeah,
it'd need to be. I think there is a tiniest of windows,
and there's not even that red plays big for the double. I don't think that would the yellow would double past the red into the bottom middle as we're looking at it.
So he decided he couldn't hold for that tiny gap, trying to come across the other side, and there's nowhere near.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets right across to the side cushion, he can cut the yellow that's next to the 8 ball onto the right hand side. But even at that, the white's tough to hold the white. Yeah, it was weird because the more pace he put into that shot in the middle, it became trickier.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try and die it in. I think there was just about, or it certainly looks on the cameras that we have, that there's just about room.
Yeah, that's 2 strange shots, really.
Yeah.
As you say, like that 8 ball he's missed could just enough to unsettle someone.
Yeah, it just could be a little bit scrambled out there. It means that Tom, for the first time today, has an opportunity to go and win a frame.
And the thing is, I mean, the last time he played on this table, he should be full of confidence because he qualified through his group, didn't he?
Yeah, came through. He's in the finals of the Champions League. You've been right at the top, riding high, winning tournaments after tournaments, especially pre-COVID. And when you're in that sort of rhythm where you keep winning, matches like the one he's just played, you can kind of almost write off very quickly and just be like, well, just on to the next match.
Yeah, because you're just feeling so confident, you just think things are going to go well. Like, I mean, Tom will just, no disrespect to Josh, probably when Tom was going against Craig, like, Tom's just going on expecting to win.
Yeah.
Like, and it's no disrespect to any opponents, he's just full of confidence, just thinking every time he comes to the table he's going to clear.
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling in the world because no doubt Tom always come over and he had a year where for his standards he really struggled, and you can imagine he's come to the table and maybe some negative thoughts and like he's thinking where's the next finish coming from. So everybody's been at both sides of it.
Yeah, he knows full well that where he is right now is he can't stop winning.
And he's into another finals night.
Yeah, into another finals night. He's already won 2 tournaments this year.
I don't know if it's a new haircut that's maybe put off this event. I was speaking to him and he says that he bought new clippers and he put the clipper on his hair and it didn't take anything off. So he put it down 2 notches and tried it on the side and it zipped it down. So he says, so I was all in. I had to just go full bald.
Yeah, he's certainly gone for it. Well, his first chance, he gets rid of them pretty simply out there for him. He's up and running in this group. But
because realistically, you're just waiting for it to jump in, aren't you? You're just waiting for it to start.
Once he gets one, you feel like he's going to take a punch on the trot.
That was very similar to what he'd done to me. He just went down and just threw his arm at that.
And you just kicked him into gear.
Yeah. Basically saying to himself, like, I've been hitting him so good, not getting a ball, bang.
Yeah. That was the extra power in that one. He hasn't got a good first ball, I don't think.
No.
Does he take the yellow one down the table? It wins him the frame if he makes it.
I think the red he might be closest to goes into the left side as well.
He doesn't like what he's got here.
The only thing is that the yellow down the rail, the knuckle always plays big for me, seeing you're the other side of it.
But it's just a perfect connection to left centre, and then from there he's going to make the finish. So this feels like frame ball.
Yeah, he'll be thinking this is my 8 ball here, and he's played it unbelievable.
Oh, beautiful.
But
you see there, because it was hugging all the way down, but even then it looked like the middle pockets almost felt like they shouldn't be, but they almost feel like they're in your thought process there.
And he's actually hit it too well because he's came maybe a ball roll too much, because he would have probably wanted to be straighter on this one to the middle.
Or a turn, like half a turn high of straight, and you bump into the red and you're done, which is what I thought he was going to be.
But he'll settle for regardless.
Yeah, over the moon.
Yeah, taking this long. So again, this shows you the confidence. I mean, realistic that is the only bag it goes in just now anyway. But he's played that well. His speed control was nice here.
Mistake.
See, I would have been inclined to just stun over for that ball.
Take them both long.
Yeah, take them both long, even though that's close to the middle bag. It was so much easier just to stun over, because he was only stunning over maybe a couple of inches, Simon. But you can't question Tom's thought process.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's thought he was going to get the pot, and he's just, but the wee bit of pace is just.
It was important for him to land, if he was going to play both long, to land pretty much straight on the next one, so that he could then track down the table. But he was, as you say, he wasn't moving the cue ball very far.
Exactly.
Oh, this is a must get for Josh Duaz. It really is.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Sean Chipperfield.
Was that twins with glasses on?
Yeah, twins.
Wow.
Jamie Burnett there in the background, but yeah, Sean Chipperfield will be in action later. His group is well,
stacked.
It's the smoke. It is the group of death, and this is tough. But I'll run you through it. It's Sean Chipperfield, of course. You got Jack Whelan, who's won recently, and obviously he's right up there. Stevie Dempsey, the number 2 player, and then Christy Caulfield, who probably is the most dangerous of the sort of unseeded players, if you like.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what he can do. So
I think Christie's got to at least the last 16 of the first 4 tours as well.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, coming through always the amateurs, we know Christie's a professional now, but regardless before that. And yeah, to say, like, no disrespect to him, but as in what people have won and what they've done in the game, he's the weak link in that.
Yeah,
in that
which is
incredible.
ridiculous. Yeah. So it is stacked. That is our final group. That is tonight, roughly scheduled for around 8 o'clock. Probably just before 7:30. But yeah, that's to come. And finally, Josh Duaz gets an 8-ball in. First frame on the board today for Josh. He goes 3-0. You feel like it is done?
Because he's at least got another one up. Well, another 2 breaks in it.
Oh, he's going to get the first chance here. Or does the red pass the 8-ball? If not, yellow's a good option.
Yeah, because I definitely think you can pot the 8-ball. And yeah, well, I think he's got the connection right away. I think Simon. Well, see if we could slip by the red and take the yellow. It's just at the bulk line. If we can pot that and just screw back, if he can just nip it, but no, he obviously can't, because he would have took that right away. On the overhead, it looks as if he is on that.
I don't think it's too bad anyway coming down the table, because he can get onto those in a few different ways. So I think that yellow, the one just above the red, passes to the top corner once the red's out the way. So you've got a few different ways of dealing with it. I think he's got plenty of options once he deals with the 4 at the bottom. Important he gets it though, gets himself that breathing room with the break and say 3 minutes left on the clock. He's a touch short.
Yeah, I think he can just nip this and maybe just screw up above the middle bag. Just stun over towards the middle bag. Or is he just going to play for the one in the middle? No, he's...
Oh, that's a beautiful touch.
Yeah, nice. He would have liked to have been on the one next to the red, like there. But no, listen, you're still going to take that. He's still okay.
Yeah, because if you straight in on that, then the job's done, isn't it? Now he's got to just be careful. And he's come back a touch too far.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's like, now it's kind of a blim bag, and I mean, I don't know if the reds maybe now plays bigger because he's in a blim bag, and he has to do a wee bit with the white.
Once again, he's played for it in the centre. I wondered if he'd just pop that and leave it straight in for the corner, but plays for the centre and plays it well. He's got quite a bit more room than it looks, I think, to land on this 8-ball.
Yeah. Anywhere on like this side of the table, I think was okay.
go. Reverse clearance this time. Tom Cousins gets his 2-frame advantage back. This is the state of play. If Craig Waddingham wins this match, he is safely through, and it will be a battle between Aaron Davies and Tom Cousins as who will join him. If Aaron wins it, then all sorts could happen, as both these players won their opening games. If Aaron wins it, he'll play Tom Cousins in the final game. If Tom was to win that one and Craig was to win, we could end up with a 3-way 6-red shootout with 2 places on the line. Josh Joaz, he needs all 3 results to go his way. He has to win his final game. He needs Aaron Davies to win all 3 matches to have a chance to be in a 3-way 6-red shootout himself, to be able to make it through. Hope that all makes sense. And it is Craig Waddingham, for the 5th time in 5 frames, has first opportunity. He won his opening match against Tom Cousins with 4 straight from the break.
Not sure if that's just come down a roll too far there. So I think you might need to take the yellow that's in the middle of the table up into the top right. He's giving it a good look though. Ideally he wants to be on this one, I think. His body language, he must be on it because he's still...
Must be tight because he is looking at other options, but I think he may just has to turn it a fraction. He's very close.
Yeah, I think he's hoping he's on it because it makes it always easier, because this is a trickier pot. Because ideally he's off angle to... Would he need to run through or just try to punch it on off the cushion? Oh, that's a great shot. Yeah, can you place that in better? That's a wonderful shot with Craig there.
Very Craig Waddingham sort of shot as well.
Yeah.
Just backs himself to make those sort of shots, get back in position.
Still needs to mind his work here, because if he comes down by the left-hand side of this red that he's just below him, that would be ideal, but he would need to just miss it.
He just wanted to get to the left-hand side of the red. He could have played that a little bit more natural and tracked down the table, but it might have had an awkward next ball.
Exactly, but I think he's just... Craig's it's very similar to me. He just gives himself a shot a lot of times.
Rather have the line than worry about getting good, yeah.
Yeah, because he backs himself potting, as we've seen with that 3 shots ago. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you when you can hit the ball like that?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you can see Craig's always... I mean, Craig's pretty much always confident, but yeah, that was a sign of a confident player there. And sometimes you can, if you do miss them, people then question that shot choice. But if that is the way you play it, I mean, you have to always go with the way you play.
Yeah, the other way was to come down the middle of the table, which was fine. But if you flick that red, you end up on nothing. And it was he just got himself in line. You've got to applaud the thought process there, really. In fact, the 4-way's not available, but you can end up with 2 ways of having the 3-way 6-red.
I didn't think it was the best contact there, but they did split quite well. But yeah, nothing really threatened a bag there.
Well,
I'll maybe bar that yellow, but
Craig Waddingham's not got the first opportunity in a frame. This is a change, but because of the way that Craig is playing today, this is it almost feels, I know it's only the 2nd frame of the match, it just feels like a must get. It isn't, of course, but he'd really love to, and these are all there for him. You feel like he should get these.
Yeah, I think he should come across for his bad yellow just now. Yeah, the one he's next to that red there. Because the yellow up the top next to the red in the corner bag, I'm sure that definitely goes. And he's perfect on this, just to nudge into the red. A little harder than he wanted, but I think he is still on this.
He might have the gap to top right anyway if he needs a backup.
Yeah.
Drop it in, you've got one along the top cushion. And he's okay. He can just drop this in if he wants to.
Still a little fidgety shot, Simon, and I think that's why he's looking at other options, because these little shots can go wrong.
If he's on the one up the table, I probably think it's the right way anyway.
Yeah, because then the ball, the ball he's closest to is his last ball.
Yeah, and you're not going to get any better on it than he already was on it.
Yeah, he's played a good shot there, forcing that across, because I thought he had to actually drop it in and play the yellow like over to the other corner bag. Just a soft screw by this red to take the other yellow into the middle. So a bit pace control here. He's actually held it too well. But I think he was just making sure he missed the red there. So I think he'll probably need to come down. Can he hold it and get the one into the middle next?
I think he can just float this in.
Yeah.
Although this angle looks like it's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, he could just hold it. And that's maybe the reason he's left that ball there, Simon. It's worked to his favour. But good response from Arm.
Yeah, brilliant response. See, getting the opportunity is one thing, but he's made it look very good.
And obviously on the Craig Waddingham break, so it's Arm's turn to break next. But this is, I mean, you obviously, as I say, you've commentated a lot of matches, but this is a standard that you just expect to see all the time. I mean, like, especially when the ball's obviously open.
Didn't really explode on him.
No. Yeah, that was, as you said, it looked as if he hit them okay as well, but just...
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't really get
No.
anything on it at all. Maybe slightly dead pack, perhaps. It's sometimes when you see that, you see the ball sort of bouncing, but that looked to be quite a smooth drive through the pack, but not worked out for him at all.
And obviously some of these balls look bad, but the red that's kind of not the red that's touching the 8 ball, but the red just next to it is a good ball for breaking that red out, or the one that he's on in the middle now. But I don't know if that's maybe just too thin now. But realistically, you want to be getting into this as quick as you can, Simon. So there's still other reds on the table. That's what I'm a firm believer on.
He's going to play it the way you originally said. I think the reason I like it that way is you're just popping it into play, probably to left centre.
Yep.
If you go into it from the top, you're not necessarily going to knock it into play.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's probably calculated that out, and he knows that when he pops into the 8 ball here, that red is just going to go to the right hand side, and it should be available into the left centre, and he'll go on the red furthest down the table. Yeah, lovely. Oh,
hello. How's that?
Yeah,
got in the way.
It definitely looks as if he can't get it into its closest bag. And is the yellow covering it for the other bag?
Easy to say in hindsight, but I thought he hit that a little bit firmer than I thought he was going to.
Because he had the perfect angle, he just had to really just pop off the 8 ball there.
Just almost like just a little tiny pop shot. The 8 ball moves 2 turns and that's about it.
Yeah, and his white would have come further over, so he was on that red. He's still a tad unfortunate, because the 8 ball could have nudged the red a little bit, but where it's just sat is always unlucky. But as you say, you don't really need to risk things when it's not needed. I think it might still have half a bag.
He's trying to get down to the left-hand side of it.
Yeah. I mean, is he going to try and screw through the gap of the 2 yellows, or?
I think use the side cushion. It's tight.
Yeah, because he would have to really load up his side to get down straight onto that red if he uses the side cushion. I think he needs to come inside these 2 yellows.
Of course. Oh, beautiful. What a shot
nice
that is.
Shot, yeah.
If he gets any fuller on that yellow, then it's really awkward for him. That little glance is all he needed, and if he gets it, obviously he's playing the gap completely, but beautiful touch.
Because I think it is only half a bag, so the straighter on this, the easier the pot is.
Yeah, look at that. Didn't try and do anything, just accepted what he had cue ball wise, and 8 ball into the centre. That was as much of the pocket as he dared take. And it's another very nice visit to the table for Craig Waddingham.
Yeah, nice finish there.
It's still going to be in Aaron's hands. That's the one good thing for himself. If he was to end up losing this one, he has to go and win his final match. As simple as that, and he would be safely through.
And that's always we won his first match, helps.
Yeah. But he's got an opportunity here for the first time in this match. He makes a ball off his own break.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is, like, even though there's only just short of 5 minutes left, you could still see another 3 frames here and get an actual winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Aaron could still win the match from here. But first and foremost, he needs to obviously get this frame on the board. But it's 3 each is definitely within reach. He's missed the yellow. He hit the yellow first there, didn't he? I think.
Yeah. He's going to be handing the table over to Craig Waddingham. You have to pot the colour you are going for. You can't play a yellow and pot a red.
Yeah, and the touching ball rule's a weird one. It caught me out. It caught me out. I think it was a British Open.
It's the only time you really need to kind of do too much. You have to just nominate what you're actually doing. Not sure if that red on the left-hand side needs a little nudge. I think it does. It's not enough showing to be able to make it. So, not the angle to do it here.
Yeah, no, I think you can actually put him a wee bit aside, Simon.
Certainly would help.
Yeah, and I think he's perfect here. Just stun over. But at least he's got the perfect angle if he does need to nudge into it. If you get too much angle, he might need to just nudge into it to try and hold it. Yeah, he's played that lovely.
It's a lovely outcome. Always leaving the red on the right-hand side for his connection to the 8-ball. Easy enough to get there now. It is hampered, but he's already dropped in a couple of very good hampered queuing shots.
Yeah, and he's good to watch in full flow, Craig. He struts round the table and you don't really feel as if there's a shot that he won't get. Apart from 2 dry breaks, he's took every chance he's had. You know, he's not an arm match. He's not done anything wrong.
No, he's been absolutely fabulous so far, and Craig Waddingham goes 2 wins from 2. Guarantees himself through to the last 16 tomorrow with a match to spare. Eliminates Josh Duaz in the process. And it is Tom Cousins with the opening break. Simon Webb and Scott Gillespie with you for this one. And Tom's, well, we said at the end of Tom's last match, his break is warming up.
Yeah. And you'd rather peak towards the end than right at the start, especially the fact that Tom's got away with it a little. Like apart from Craig, like Josh didn't really capitalise on Tom's dry breaks. But even though he's got a ball there, it's not an easy opener.
I've had a quick glance at the head-to-heads between Aaron and Tom with Ultimate Pool, and it doesn't make good reading for Aaron, unfortunately. He needs to do something he's not done before with Ultimate Pool and get a victory over him. He's played 4 times, he's lost 4 times. 3 of them were fairly one-sided. The one time he got close was in the last man standing last year, and he kind of threw it away in the 6 red shootout. He had I think it was about 35 seconds to beat, and he wasn't able to beat it. I'm not sure if that's much will be in his mind at all, but it's certainly a record he won't be too thrilled with, rather.
Yeah, but I think that's as a player. You guys all like these stats, but like,
you don't even know.
You
don't even know. Yeah. And in truth, you know, they've probably played each other plenty more times than that. It's just that's the stats that we
you're
have.
going with.
Yeah. We've got to try and make a story out of it somewhere.
100%. Yeah. But it's a start Tom wanted. Good break, first good pot, and yeah, you'd fancy Tom to just do the finishing touches here. Just drops this in, and the outside red, the 2 goes, and then the 8-ball's waiting to get into the right centre, and it puts the pressure on Arm. And then hopefully Arm dishes 1 each, and then it's another couple of dishes 2 each.
You're rooting for 3-3. I can tell already.
Don't tell the players that though, because I'm firmly not wanting a 6 red when I'm out there. I should really have the players back by wanting just a winner here, but no, I'm definitely not a 6 red. I'll actually go out and tell Tom and Arm myself.
Yeah, very nice from Tom Cousins. So much power. The cue ball a little bit wild, but the power is there.
I think that's the hardest I've ever seen Tom hit the break. And that's saying a lot.
He is crunching it.
Wow. It's as if there's just a spring off that top ball and the white comes back.
And, well, the chance for 3-0 is there. Does have a little bit of work here on the left-hand side. Oh, wow. That may be the worst shot he's played today.
I mean, he's well over hit that. That's not even like... Because I'd imagine he just tried to put it on the top cushion, so he left the angle to stun into his... the red that's just below the baulk line. because always the other red goes into the top left.
You saw him grab his head straight away. It's almost like going, how and what have I just done there? I was nowhere near. He's going to continue though. Big shot.
And is he trying to stun over into this bad ball? Oh, he's trying to do too much there. And all of a sudden,
yeah, and I think the yellow that Aaron's nearest to goes, it opens all the yellows up.
Yeah, and if it's not got a full pocket, I think if you played that with a nice weight, it would slide in off the cushion. And the fact he's really close to it, I think he could possibly do that. But I do think it just slides in by the red, and then maybe leave the angle on the yellow that's furthest up the table to just nudge into his bad ball on the other side cushion. Oh wow!
Exactly as you said, he used the pocket.
Yeah. And with that, he's not been able to get the angle to bump his bad one out. But obviously, as professionals, if he got on that good, he would fancy taking that up the cushion. So that always is that alternative. It also doubles as well. But yeah, it's just depends how he sees it, because the 3 reds over that side are playing big to get onto that. Quite weird, because I think one thing about Aaron is his cue ball really always good.
Yeah, it's just not on it.
Two strange positional shots there. I mean, to have this shot for your third shot would be, it's quite tough. This isn't an easy shot down the rail here. Awkward cueing as well. Yeah, nice shot.
Is he straight enough just to be able to put it back to roughly where he is now?
I think he's just off angle and screwing it. He'd be going close at the red, just up above the white. So that's how he's going to take it. Because ideally, if he got rid of that one down there and then left A2 up the top, it would have been nicer. But yeah, it was just the wrong side of straight. He's good that lovely though. Now, does he come in by the red and black, or does he just come down by the 8 ball?
I think the natural line works for him through the gap.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he just put a turn aside on it, didn't he, just to make sure?
Yeah, as long as his pace was good there. Because even if he flicked the red, he'd be unlucky not to be on the yellow here.
Very good this from Aaron.
Yeah.
See some slight positional issues at the beginning, but that pot to the top right corner from the cushion was excellent, and
yeah,
kind of made the clearance for him and punishes the error from Tom Cousins. Okay, back to this one. Tom Cousins will hope this is the final visit of the match, but it's going to be dry.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Tom's got such a, I mean, as most professionals have got a big breaks, but I mean, Tom's left a good chance here for Aaron, and yeah, there's a good chance of this 3 each now, because if Aaron gets these,
some excitement building in the commentary box here.
Yeah,
you got the sense there, Tom walking back to his chair, you almost could read his mind going, oh no, 6 red.
Because see, when you don't want something to happen,
yeah,
more than not, it will end up happening.
But from Aaron's perspective here, this isn't. He shouldn't be thinking 6 red. He should be thinking, right, let's clear up here, leave 2 minutes, and then it's my break. He's just got to get the job done. He can't get too far ahead.
Yeah, the main shot is getting the correct angle on the red. Sorry, the yellow should be playing next. It's next to the red, just to bump onto the red. And yeah, that's. I mean, you can still get to the inside yellow, but then you're losing the white a bit. But yes, just screw this back a couple inches, and you've got the perfect angle just to bump onto the red.
Yeah, that looks ideal.
And from nowhere, there's a chance that Aaron gets back into the game. Good shot. That was the only really shot that could go wrong in the whole visit. And he's done it in pretty quick time, so...
Yeah, I suppose he has to go quick here. I was just thinking that if he then makes a clearance, it's going to be hard for him to run it all the way down, so he might give Tom the opportunity to have a chance of the golden, but you can't really get over-calculate, because what if it comes out messy and he needs to play a safety shot? You have to leave as much time on as possible.
You want to give yourself the best chance to get to 3-all.
Barring the miracle break.
Oh, wow.
It's moving. It's moving, but going nowhere near a pocket. It is going to be a 6-red shootout.
How hard's he hit them for a side break?
He's actually got to play a shot, I think, or call his extension. That's the only thing, just because you can't just go and... Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Match over. What a group. What a match. And it is going to go to the extra time here. It's going to a 6-red shootout. Times are changing.
I would love to see Tom hitting the break the way he does in normal breaks, just to see what happens.
It would take 30 seconds for the balls to stop.
Yeah.
It's a good break. Might have to go in the middle and he's going to have to wait.
He's moving the weight about, but yeah, he gets rid of that right away.
Drops shot.
This in.
Yeah, this can still be very good. And he is doing a little run as well.
Oh no, Tom. Yeah, good.
Yeah, very good. It could have been, I think he could have got to 20. He just let the cue ball run a little bit there on that last shot.
Yeah.
But overall, he's going to be thrilled with that as a time.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, no, he's got the wrong ball.
He thought he was on it. Could have gone round to the middle. Now he's going to have to absolutely fly here. He's going to really be tight.
I had to take that long, I think.
Yeah, he's going to run out of time.
Yeah, I had to take that long.
He's still going to try. Oh, it's a valiant effort, but that first shot has come back to really hurt Aaron. And for the 5th time with Ultimate Pool, he comes up short against Tom Cousins. And Tom Cousins, one way or another, he makes his way through to the last 16.
On to Group 7, and this one is wide open. John Rowe, Phil Parkin, Mark Fleming and Andrew Patchett, 2 to make it through.
Mark Fleming and Andrew Patchett, the other 2 players in this group. We'll see them in match number 2. Steve Jameson here alongside you for Group 7 and also for our first couple of games. Very good afternoon to Sean Chiverfield, who's warming up in style ahead of Group number 8. Just getting an eye for the table and the conditions out there. I know that brain will be analysing everything. Excited to be here?
Yeah, always. Yeah, yep. Can't wait. Final group of the night, so it's been a bit of a wait, but yeah, I'm here and round to go. So
this sort of tournament, with it being obviously the shorter races is one thing, but with it being so heavily match and shot clock based, I imagine you're probably quite looking forward to it in a weird way.
Yeah, it is a bit of a lottery, to be fair. We say that a lot about the Monday nights, and this is kind of a similar format to them. So yeah, it is a lottery tournament.
Well, we say that a lot, but you seem to sort of buck the trend of it being a lottery and tend to find some form of consistency on it.
It probably suits the faster, more attacking player, if you like. So maybe there's a little bit in that, but yeah, I can't complain. I like these tournaments. Yeah, that's about it really. But Phil here has broken perfectly and looks like he's going to dish up for an easy 1-0 lead.
It's fair to say I think all 4 of these players would have been ecstatic with this group draw, all pretty much on a level in terms of the rankings. There's no sort of obvious favourite. Gap between Bookie's favourite and Bookie's underdog will probably be the smallest out of any of the groups.
Yeah, it's a tough... just what you say, that's a bad miss by Phil. He just left himself a bit straight on that yellow down the rail, so he had to leave the white in the jaws, and that's cost him in the end. But yeah, it's a tough one to call. John's been sort of the long-term pro since day one of Ultimate Pool, so you'd kind of look at him first. But yeah, there's nothing in it really. Should be an interesting one.
Yeah, and I mentioned the rankings. These are all sort of players who are in around that sort of 32-ish sort of mark. Obviously, Andrew, a relatively new pro, so a bit further down the rankings. But other than that, all players just about, you'd say, off a sort of level here, really, were coming in. And with them sort of been in the middle of the road in terms of the rankings, great opportunity for 2 of them to seize the last 16 spot in a big tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll all fancy the chances, definitely. It's just getting off to that good start in the first match in this format. You don't want to lose that first match. So yeah, this is the biggest match of the group really for these two players.
Yeah, it is.
And then the next two.
It's huge on the Monday nights, obviously, because it's so tough to get through them, only 1 from 4. But in a strange way, if you win your first match in a 2 from 4 situation, which we are in today, it just about gets you on the way. Only need 1 more result from 2 games, and you sort of booked your spot.
Yeah, that is the big difference, obviously, from the Monday night. The 2 goes through, so I guess there's less importance on the first match, but still, you want to get off to a good start no matter what you do.
Yeah, it's sort of less importance in the sense of, a loss isn't disaster, but a win's a fantastic result.
Absolutely, absolutely. I suppose the one consolation, if you do lose your first game, it's kind of still in your hands. I think if you win the next 2, I think you're guaranteeing yourself a minimum of a 6-red shootout. So
I don't think it's possible to go out with 2 wins. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think the only way you'd have a 6-red shootout, I think, with 2 wins is probably
It's a 3-way.
3-way, yeah, with one player losing all 3.
Yeah. They can all say it, can't they? If we all play well, what's going to happen? Maybe we'll find out later.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's park that one for a couple of hours. Hey, it's a great
nice
break from Phil.
Yeah.
Okay, these have all come out as well. Could pick either colour set.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a yellow, so the reds are going to be his choice. But yeah, both sets are laid out nice.
Yeah, red's the right middle of start. The only one that's sort of could be a slightly awkward ball. They're sort of middle and left of the table, above the 2 middle pockets, but shouldn't be problems.
His only problem ball, if you can call it that, is the one that he was just then nearest, because it may end up being his last to second or second last ball. As long as the black goes to left middle, which looks like it's just half a bag on that overhead, then he should be fine, but he needs to clear the one on the cushion now. He's actually going to clear both on the cushion, so this is a good choice, a good way to go.
Yeah,
They're just more difficult shots to play, but do you know what? I thought I was going to drop, and it was absolutely nowhere near, which, it didn't deserve to drop because he did miss it, but you see that so often that they just drop. But that come away from the jaws quite a way, so...
Yeah, refreshing actually to see that one not fall in. Right choice of shot, and reason why is because he had that red.
Ooh,
that was
John's
tight for John.
I
I think
think
he had the red over the top right corner pocket, which is a beautiful bit of insurance for him. Now then, what's Phil got to go out here? He's going to go back to the original plan.
Oh dear.
Has he got a hit in Patel? Not quite. You see that one yesterday?
No, I didn't. What's a hit and Patel? What's he done?
Oh, Chippy. We can't show you because you're live on air at the moment, but when you get a moment, get yourself on the Ultimate Pool Facebook page. That's all I'll say, pal. 2 of the greatest shots you've ever seen.
Really, I'll have to watch on your phone. I'm not on Facebook, so I'll have a little look.
I'll sort you out.
Meanwhile, John's played that yellow to middle and he's just lost the white. He hasn't really got a shot. He can't play the back double because that's going to have to be a plant. He's just got a thin snick down the rail. He's going to play the back double plant, I think. That was a high tariff.
Yeah, John's been a bit unfortunate in the sense that he's come to the table twice because Phil's missed pretty easy balls, and he's not had anything nice to really go at.
Yeah, the angle he had on that first pot was just going into the black half ball and was always going to go close to that yellow. But you'd come to the table happy to be at the table because, Phil had missed an easy ball, so you feel a bit lucky that you're back to the table. But yeah, unfortunately he's not been able to capitalise, and I know Phil is going around the houses for this one because you would normally clear these 2 at the bottom first, but I felt he couldn't quite hold for the red, so he's got to come back down off this shot. Just missed the yellow. use a side cushion. Doesn't want to be straight, and he is. So he's just got to pick his line. Probably leave the cue ball on the same line as that racking line. Tight on the cushion.
Yeah,
And just leave the 2 cushion natural shot back for the black. Oh, he's managed to punch it a bit. That's a good shot, because he managed to punch out and just come away from the cushion half a ball. So
even that half a ball for a shot like this makes such a difference.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, still a tough shot,
Yeah, nice shot.
but flies it in. Tariff, that shot goes up quite a bit if he'd have been flat to the cushion, but Phil Parkin gets out of dodge. 2-1 in front he goes. Be out the realm of possibilities. Hit break so good that he can fly through one, but able staying pretty static. And yeah, he knows. He knows.
Well, you've got to just screw the red in and go into them. He'd kind of give up, but if he'd have screwed that red in and gone into him, you never know what might have happened. But he must have fancied the, he must have thought, well, if I hit the top ball and get a good break, 25 seconds left, there's a chance. Otherwise, he'd have cut break. So
yeah. Not everyone plays as quickly as you do there. Hey, Chippy. So Phil Parkin gets the victory in match number 1. That's a 3-2 win for Phil. What a shirt that is, Patch. Goodness me. First time we've glimpsed that. Sadly not a break to match the big cat on the shirt. We'll get a better look at that later on, but I mean, Mark Fleming with first poke in frame number 1. Loads of power in this break from Patchett. He got loads in it.
What's his nickname?
Well, I feel like...
I thought I saw the power written on his arm or something.
Yeah, but I have a feeling it like the Panther?
Extension cord?
No, it's not a Panther, is it? Let's have a look. What we had looks like a lion to me. A lion with an 8-ball. I mean, it's some design. Yeah, I've been loving the fun shirts this year. You're sort of nice and stoic and professional, and get a little Norwich-y touch in there. I've always thought yours had a touch of class about them, but also there's a lot to be said for having a massive lion with an 8-ball in its mouth.
Absolutely, yeah. I have to reconsider my design, I think.
Big canary flying off with a rack in its claws, maybe.
What's Mark's one? Is that a pro player shirt, or is it one of the standard ones?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I think he's had it a little while. I think it's one of last year's standards, isn't it?
It weren't like a Pairs Cup thing where him and his brother got the same shirt, was it? Yeah, nice shot.
Well, I know Ryan's got a really unique one because he's got his own face on the back of his.
Oh yeah, I did see that. What's that all about?
I don't know. Look,
it says something on the back as well. What was it?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
Taking the mick out of his brother? I can't remember.
Yeah, it has been good to see the personalities come out in the shirts though this year. There has been some good ones. But Mark Fleming, all business.
Yeah, he's took these well. Good cannon he played 2 shots ago. Now he's just got to punch this in, come back out for the black to the corner. Yeah, nice. Would have liked a bit more, but sometimes you're a bit hesitant when you're playing into the middle at that angle.
Also first frame as well. Probably tell him a lot about how this table's playing, how he's feeling. As for 1-0 then, it'd be a very impressive start from Mark Fleming. If you can stick this 8-ball out of the pocket, that'll do. Looking at a kick shot here, maybe?
Yep. Try and put the one to the top left, I think, not this one.
Pretty good outcome. Should still lose the frame here, I think, but...
Yeah, you can see
About
the
as
red
good
to
a-
right middle.
About as good a shot as he could have played in that circumstance.
Cool, he'll settle for that. That was a little bit of a funny ball to land on, but yeah, to push it onto the top left. Probably deserved it after that break.
Yeah, I think he was due a bit of run after that.
Yeah.
Especially for how well he hit the break as well. You know, he talks about
Yeah, it was a
how
good
much
cut break.
how much he made a mess of his first one. Well, you can't hit the cut break much better than that. And the outcome was mad, really.
If he's going to play the red into the middle, he wants to play it next, because
It's not a good ball to get on the 8 ball with, because you're probably pushing the 8 ball away.
Yeah, so he's got to decide what he's going to do. He may have to just land straight on it and just push the black up the cushion and leave it to the top left. Yeah.
He needs to try and control this.
Yeah, he's got to push the black up the cushion. I want to play a bit of pace.
How much pace? Or is he just okay? He is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have quite played it like that, but he's fine. He should pop this.
He'll take those. Back in the game is Andrew Patchett. It's, doing as many Mondays as I have, you sort of get used to the rhythm and the cadence of it, and definitely notice an uptick in how quick the matches are being played this year. That's a tremendous cut break from Andrew Patchett, and well, great chance here to go 3-2 in front.
Yeah, that change of break seemed to have worked for him. He was very unlucky with the last break where he left himself no shot, but it was a good split, and he'd had the same again here.
Yeah, well, it's a really narrow cut break, isn't it? But
and look at this first shot he's got. A good shot. Again,
really good.
You could feel a little bit unlucky to be left with that sort of shot.
Oh, what's his next one, Chip? Is he just got the 3-ball plan here?
Yeah, 3-ball plant. Just got to control the red. Probably. Oh, he's playing this one. Okay, that goes. So just go into them. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, this should be pretty simple. He's probably, depending if that yellow nearest the red goes to right centre, but I'd probably screw this back and play the one below it. Yeah, and now he can just run through. Yellow to middle, yellow to bottom left, and then yellow to bottom right. Well, there's different ways of going actually. He's gone down for this one, but he's bridging over.
Oh, that's landed as horrible as it possibly could. Doesn't have to do loads with the cue ball, but this is an awkward shot.
Yeah, just got to focus on the pot. Yeah, nice, good shot. So we'll be leaving his last yellow at a little bit of distance, and as long as he's straight enough to screw back for the black, he should be okay.
Great close-up camera angle there, just so you can fully appreciate how awkward that last one was.
Use the cushion. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, how well has he played that?
Yeah, flirted with a bit of danger there. I don't think I'd have risked that, but yeah, it's a very good outcome. Very nice.
Oh, it looks like he's really grown in confidence, Andrew Patchett. 25 seconds left. He was 2-0 down. And I know what you were about to say there, Chippy. Use a bit of the match clock here. Looks like he's waiting for the beats.
It doesn't actually matter, because he's still going to have a chance at a golden break. And he wouldn't have had enough time to clear up, so it didn't really matter that much. But yeah.
If he'd have thought about it earlier on in the visit, though, he'd have won the match here.
Once he was on that last yellow, that's when you should have thought about it, because he'd done all the hard work.
Welcome back to the Players' Championship. Andrew Patchett and his firepower shirt are back in the house. And Phil Parkin is also in the building as well. Firepower versus the power. And going to be an overcharge at some point in this game, you'd imagine. Phil's going to get first poke at these. I'd like to welcome Scott Yardley back into the commentary box. Tagging in from his good mate Matt Cook.
Yeah, we've done a little tag outside, so nice to be back, Steve. Thank you
Yeah, a
for
little high
welcoming me back
five.
in. Yeah. Yeah, so Matt's just parked himself down to watch the football and come in and spend a nice 20 minutes with yourself and all the viewers.
Yeah, it's a nice existence, isn't it, when
It
you're
is.
safely through to the next stage and you have to waste a Saturday afternoon in front of the telly. It could be worse.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? So, decent early chance here for Phil Parkin. I just think it might be worth him potting this yellow into the bottom left-hand corner, and not quite sure he's got the angle to screw back into the yellow next to the 8, because that'd be a lovely ball to release from the 8 ball, but he might be a little bit too narrow. We'll see if he can screw into that or not. Yep, nice shot.
Yeah, didn't need much on it, did he? Just that little tickle was enough.
And he's good here because he's got the yellow to centre next. He's gearing up to give this a little bit of a dig as well.
I love watching Phil play. I mentioned it in his first match of this tournament. There's a few players I actually enjoy watching more when they're in full flight. He's such a talented player.
He is. He's very talented, and as you said, he's just very attacking. Backs himself, to take out most finishes. As does Andrew as well. Andrew Patchett. I've been impressed with Andrew's first season on the pro scene as well. I think he's feels like he's settled in quite quickly into obviously it's a step up, isn't it? But
yeah, absolutely. I must admit, when it's a nice line he's found there, Phil. That's lovely.
It was a dream flick. He puts his hand up, but maybe deserved it because he played it positively.
But yeah, I feared a little bit for Andrew when he went 2-0 down very quickly against Mark Fleming. You think, it's tough, especially as he had first visit in both of those two frames. But once he settled, he was excellent. Took out a couple of lovely finishes and looked really, really good. And it's a good sign. Awesome group.
I was fancy topping that group.
Thing is
Amazing group.
that could be a semi-final lineup and no one would blink an eye.
Without any shadow of a doubt.
And that's a last 32 group.
What a break this is, by the way. Look at these reds.
Yeah, the first break that Andrew hit in the entire group was an awful front ball break. Truly awful. Straight into the middle pocket. Terrible. And since then he's gone to this narrow cut break, and it's been really, really good for him. Really like it. Strikes it beautifully. He's been getting good splits. Apart from the one time where he nearly had a golden break, golden duck, and got the cue ball trapped in the jaw. But I mean, you can't bank on that happening very often.
I mean, for me personally, I'm definitely pro cut break, especially the fact that that's how I break now, because I can't pot a ball, front ball for toffee, so I reverted to the cut break probably about 2 years ago now, and it's something that I never did, and
Never looked back.
Practice it over and over and over, and because my front ball break, I was just sending the cue ball in far too often and just giving up chances, and ever since I think my results have improved because of the cut break as well, so I'm definitely pro cut break. But again, if they introduce a box at some point to break from, and it alleviates the cut break, then so be it. You just have to embrace it and find a decent front ball break. Obviously they do that in 9-ball, don't they? They break from a box.
I'd be interested to see it, because I do think
Meantime,
don't get me wrong, there's a lot of skill in the cut break, and hitting a great cut break is a real art, but I do think sometimes, as you just said, there's nothing wrong with it because it's a perfectly valid choice, but it's essentially
It's a brilliant shot he's played there.
Yeah, lovely, but it's a choice made out of a little bit of fear of potting the cue ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is super from Andrew Patchett. He probably, if he's super critical of himself, could have ran the clock a little bit more, because there's going to be just enough time for Phil Parkin. 32 seconds, which is enough time for Phil Parkin. He's a very quick player.
Second guessing and trying to take his time.
He said that himself on commentary in the last game. Yeah, so it just feels so foreign, almost like holding yourself back.
So huge break this one. Not really connected, but got a ball.
He's got an okay split as well here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an amazing split. It's just like that yellow bottom left is the only tricky part of this.
He had
the
to
rest
land
of it's
on it
nice.
there, I think.
I think it's going to be his last ball. This is fine. This is good so far. Just beats the red. Yep, he's good.
12 seconds.
This is good.
This could go close. I think he's going to just run out of time on the cue ball.
Yeah, is he going to stop in time?
Oh, it's
2,
close.
1.
Oh,
no!
Oh, what an effort, Phil
no.
Parkin.
Whoa!
What an effort.
Both of us hit our heads in our hands, haven't we?
Yeah, he's a second away from snatching a draw, but Andrew Patchett, we must congratulate because he's got the job done and he is through to the last 16 of the Players' Championship. Phil Parkin still has work to do when he returns. What an effort, though, from the power. That last match against Andrew Patchett should stress Mark Fleming is still alive. That win for Andrew Patchett was actually massive for Mark. So Mark must win this game. If he does that, and Patchett wins against John Rowe, well, we'll have a 3-way 6-red shootout to look forward to, because it will mean Andrew Patchett has won all 3 games and is safely through, and all the other 3 players have beaten each other, and they'll be on 2 points. So we've got a 3-way 6-red shootout for the final spot. That is very, very possible, and it's what Mark Fleming is hoping for. The 16 qualifier Matt Cook has joined me back in the commentary box, and well, I think, you know, we had Scott Gillespie in the last group, and he was saying openly and outwardly on commentary how much he was itching for a 6-red shootout. Are you in the same camp, Cookie? Are you
Well,
after a 3-way 6-red?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love that. Be amazing.
Just checking where our flags are planted for this last couple of games.
I love a 6-red. I've only ever had one experience of it, and that was recently in the Champions League.
I'm trying to remember how it went, but you'll forgive me for not remembering every group.
I got called on a dubious time foul, I think.
Oh no, I do remember
one?
now you said that. Yeah, it was dubious. I say dubious. I trust the referees within an inch of my life, but it was very, very tight, wasn't it?
It was tight. I'm not having it though.
Yeah, fair enough. I respect it. Feels like to turn that in. That was a great shot.
Very good shot.
So if you're a fan of the 3-way 6-red shootout, you're all in on a Mark Fleming victory here. But for Phil Parkin, he can't worry about that. He's just looking for a victory. A victory would stand him in very good stead. Oh, that just gone a bit awkward. I think it has. I think if both drop, he's absolutely fine. But the yellow just sitting on the right side of the pocket there, it's quite awkward. If it's on the left, he's fine. Oh, he's done well there. Played it off the jaw. That's clever.
Got another 6-red scenario for you. If Phil wins this match.
Yes, there is another 6-red scenario. Yeah, correct. So
And
Phil wins this one and John wins the next
John
one.
wins, then 3 players on 4 points. Is that right?
Oh.
Am I got that right? Or?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, 3-way 6-red is very on the cards.
So to have a 6-red.
But that 3-way 6-red would be funny because the top 2 times would go through and the lowest time would go out. Yes.
And lost 3-2, maybe.
Maybe. Well, if Mark can... Oh, golden break. Not going to happen. 3-0. Wow.
That ends that discussion.
That ends that discussion. Phil Parkin absolutely smashes in a golden break. And Mark Fleming's chances of securing himself a 3-way 6-red shootout may well have just crumbled into dust. But Andrew Patchett looking to keep things simple. Any result for him, a draw or a victory, will see him safely through. No need for any 6-red nonsense. And he can book his ticket into the last 16. Stephen Jameson, Scott Yardley with you for this one. And it's been a fabulous group. It's been exactly almost as I thought it might be, this one. 4 players, all very evenly matched. All the matches have been really close. Apart from that last one, maybe with Phil Parkin ending up running away with it 4-1.
Yeah, and also I don't feel like Mark's played that badly either in losing all 3 games.
No.
It just feels like the breaks maybe just been the deciding factor for him a little bit. And but yeah, we're in for a cracking end to the group here, and I for one would love a three-way 6-red shootout. Sorry.
Well, I don't think you'll be alone in wanting that. I must say, I think there's a very, very good chance of it. But it's going to need John Rowe to pull out a victory against Andrew Patchett here, who has been playing very, very well.
How does it work with the 3-way? Do they all 3 of them lag at the same time? Or is
Well, they don't lag at the same time, just for space reasons, but all 3 do lag. So there'll be one player who gets to lag essentially third.
Oh, okay.
Who has a slight advantage in that sense because they sort of know what they have to beat, but you know, it's splitting hairs a little bit there as to how much of an advantage that is. Just get your ball on the top cushion.
That shot was a tad fortunate there for Andrew because he was playing the red down to pot the red that did go in, but he did clip another red on the way through. He still managed to pot the red over the corner, so very presentable chance here to take the first frame. Can't really foresee any problems here, Steve, with the reds.
No, I don't think so. It's almost nicely sort of encircled the yellows in the middle, which keeps them out of his way a little bit. So he's sort of looking for places where he might go wrong, and it's difficult to see them.
I think the only thing is the 2 reds on the left-hand side. You've got the one in the middle pocket and the one on the rail, or just off the rail below it. It's just deciding if you're going to play for the 8 off one of those or... No, I think he's gone the right way here. So you drop the one in the left middle, and you play bottom right, and then you just drop in the red into the right middle.
I must say, been impressed with Andrew Patchett in this group. Has been the best player in the group for me. Been the most consistent, most solid. And there's every chance he may not yet qualify in a group of 4 where 2 do. It's a funny old game.
So no problems here at all. Don't need to do anything too extravagant here, just drop it in, bring the white off the rail.
Yeah, it's a lovely route he's ended up picking out here.
Yeah.
Andrew, this has been an excellent start to this match. Maybe a little touch of fortune with how his chance first came to him, but he wrapped it up beautifully.
So he's made a quick start here as well in this game. He's got the... well, there's his cue ball going to go. It's going to be nicked in by the red. Oof. Not a brilliant layout here, but I will say with a 2-0 lead, you don't mind it as much if the balls land awkwardly like this.
Yeah, you're certainly a bit more happy with it, aren't you?
I think I'm definitely taking the yellows here. I think I'm cutting this yellow into the left middle. I think that's the colour set you want. I mean, that lone red at the top there is horrendous if you want reds.
Yeah, it's completely on an island, isn't it?
So it's just important to... I say even better he can get through to the yellow over the top corner. And he's followed the cue ball in. Wow.
Well,
Not often you see
disaster
that.
there.
Yeah, very rare to see that. I mean, it was tough. The cue ball was close to the cushion. John's... Yeah, that's one of John's little faces you're talking about now, because he's
yeah.
cue ball now and he's thinking, what on earth am I going to do with this? I mean, he could pot the yellow in the corner, nudge the red out of the way, but again, these 2 yellows down the bottom of the table are horrible anyway. Strangely, I think I'd probably go reds, yeah. I think even though you've got that red up there by itself, I think yellows are
got so
kind
many
of
more
pointless at the
options,
minute,
don't
yeah.
you? I think it's a case of maybe get a red.
Oh, hang on. If this goes bottom right, no, he's good here. Do you know, I think he spotted that last minute, because otherwise he'd have been down there straight away.
Yeah.
Because now he just drops this in the middle, runs up the table, gives himself a slight angle on the yellow that's nearest to us of the 2. Pots that, nudges the red out of the way, and should be frame. In fact, he's gone into it early, and that's come out beautiful. That's going to drop. Oh.
Surprised it hasn't, but it's no odds to John. Yeah, he's tidied those up very nicely. Very impressed. Needed that as well with the scoreline as it is. John Rowe seeking to win. He needs to win to stay in the tournament.
It's so often where it can just go that little bit awkward. It just forced him to play a shot, didn't it, where he kind of didn't need to, like, from the start of the finish.
Oh, what a leave this is.
Yeah.
After he's made such a massive mistake the frame before, and he's not really caught this very nicely. I'm expecting this to come out horrible or dry. In the end, it's come out beautifully.
Even the yellow looks fairly tied up at the top goes, doesn't it? It's next to the red, so yeah, great opportunity this. Maybe didn't have to play that at that stage, but he's okay. I think that yellow, obviously it still goes to the left or top right, doesn't it? But it could have gone wrong there where that yellow went. He's cutting this one in now. Again, just having to sort of maybe just got to beat this red now. We can see the 8 flies into this bottom right corner. Yeah, he's fine now. Just ensuring you get a nice angle now to pot this third last yellow and get the white down the table, which he has. Basically frame ball, isn't it, this?
And then it drops. Well, he made an enormous error in that last frame, but it looks like it's not going to prove fatal. It's not often that happens. Lovely smooth visit to the table, as it had to be. Andrew Patchett, 3 minutes left. He goes on the hill, 3-2. Still time for John Rowe, but John Rowe is going to try and make him feel a touch more stress. Oh. He's got a ball. All right then, John, time to dance. That break is...
First glance, I think it's probably yellows, because I think there's 2 reds. Oh no, he's going reds. He's going to nudge this red out. Did he try to? Or?
I think he tried to, for sure.
And his shot here is maybe just to bump the red off the rail and try and flick it off the yellow. Yeah, tariff shot, that wasn't it?
Maybe John's last shot.
Yeah, could well be. And Andrew's got a no pressure cannon here. If he drops this yellow in the middle, the cue ball can't go in off in the bottom corner because there's a yellow guarding that side of the table, so it's like a no pressure first shot really. Just make sure the pot. It's almost difficult not to land on a yellow here as well.
He's giving it a good go.
Yeah, do you know what?
I'm sure he's on one.
If this yellow doesn't pass into the middle, then he's going to back down and just drop this cue ball onto the middle of this rail.
145.
Right, what can you find here, John?
It's tough. Because the red may be long top right, but he's looking for a thin cut.
She's got.
Oh, he wanted that cannon, he's missed it twice now.
So he might have to cut another one now. Just doesn't double, so he's got to cut this in the top corner. Yeah. I think the handshake might be forthcoming. No,
yeah, frustrated whack from John Rowe.
So, as I said, tight group, but I guess we can say the favourites looks like he's going to depart. Favourite from this group, just would you say?
It genuinely is tough to say, but yeah, I think probably marginally you'd probably have John as a slight favourite.
Only very slight, but
you'd have probably made Mark Fleming second favourite possibly in that equation as well.
Yeah,
but so. One of those groups where you really could just go around and split hairs.
I don't think it matters too much, does it? I mean, does John have a break?
No, it's Andrew's break next, which is why John will be less than enthused.
He's going to rely on a golden duck, isn't he?
Yeah, essentially.
Have we had one yet?
No, not this weekend.
No, I mean just in.
Oh, in general, yeah, we've seen a couple.
Okay, I've never seen.
They are very rare. We saw an amazing one in the Champions League earlier on this year, where Rob Warren had one to lose from 3-0 up against Connor Tracy.
Yes, sorry, yeah,
which
no,
was
you're right. I
sensational.
do remember that. Yes. Maybe there's doubles, but kind of feels irrelevant.
Yeah, gave it a good enough go, John Rowe, but it is Andrew Patchett who gets the job done. 3 from 3 for Andrew. What a result that is for him.
And what about this for a final group? A group of death, if ever there was. Sean Chipperfield, Jack Whelan, Stevie Dempsey, and the on-form Christy Caulfield. Sit back and enjoy.
It's the Players' Championships. It's group number 8. And look how good this lineup is. Jack Whelan against Sean Chipperfield is our first match of this stacked group. Stevie Dempsey and Christy Caulfield also in the mix. We'll see them two play next. Stephen Jameson and Simon Webb with you on commentary. And what a night we've got ourselves here. Strap in.
We've talked about so many killer groups through this competition, but it has always been this group on paper when you looked at it. This is the one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the definition of a group of death, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Jack almost. Watch out here, Jack. He's got cue ball in hand anywhere behind the line, and he caught himself. He's okay. I thought he was going to make the cardinal sin of putting the cue ball anywhere on the table, but he's okay. But yeah, this is the group of death. There's no getting around it. You've got 3 huge hitters, and obviously Christy Caulfield, new professional, but that's not the full story. Christy Caulfield is a world beater, and he believes, and he absolutely should believe, that he's capable of winning this tournament. Forget about this group. So this could be carnage, this one.
Well, Jack's played a bad first shot there. He's got to recover with the plants, and he has done. He's still not in brilliant shape.
Yeah, he may not have got the full recovery here. I'm not sure he's got a next ball. Thin clip maybe to left centre. Does the one he's nearest to go to the corner? I don't think so. Yeah, not the best first visit then for Jack Whelan.
Yeah, not at all. Sean Chipperfield, he scratched straight in off the break. Would have been really disappointed with that. But a chance to get his hand on the table and do some damage.
It's not quite gone to plan for Chippy either. Another turn to the left as we look would have been absolutely ideal. Looks like he can come down the table to bottom right, so he can reset here. Yeah, plenty of room. Yellow passes the red to bottom left, so he could play the breakout off that ball. It is actually quite tight. It's not as big a pocket as it looks here on the main camera. How much pace does he want to inject into it? How precise does he need to be? Yeah, see there, he had to really pinch the pocket, which meant he couldn't play the cannon because he couldn't force it because it wouldn't have gone. Playing it off the jaw like that, you've got to get it every chance to drop. But he's played a nice positional shot here because this one connects to the one on the cushion, and he wants to leave the angle to slide back across the table, so he doesn't want to get straight on it, so that was perfect. Used it all, but in it rattles. All very nicely worked out here for Sean. Got a lot of calculating through this visit. Did it all very well indeed, and always looked like he was going to get out. Punish that error from Jack Whelan. Oh, that's very, very unlucky. It really is. Always a big talking point for Sean Chipperfield is how's the break working? Can he get, enough consistency on the break to make him a danger to win the tournament? And in all honesty, he hit that break really well. You felt, yeah, that was the good one. That was the one that if he could do that every time, he'd be happy. But a 6-6 in off. And he's gone in off on both of his opening 2 breaks. On the first one, Jack Whelan could not figure out the layout. Should be able to fare a little bit better here, other than the 8 ball needs some attention. But look at the number of yellows underneath it. It gets him in amongst those. One good shot really gets him into position, and then obviously he just needs to play a little nudge just to pop the 8 ball into play. Far from a guarantee here, of course, but that's the plan. Interesting decision ahead then. Looks like he's kind of gearing himself up maybe to play a plant. Don't believe the bottom one of those 2 yellows passes the other one to right centre. Can't really get to the one nearest the right centre. Yeah, it's all really awkward actually just to get in the middle of it. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier for him, but no, it will be the plant. Oh, it's really well played plant. Well worked out because he was doing more there than just making the plant. It's how he made it to open up the 8 ball at the same time. It's a very clever shot.
He's a very clever player.
Question is, has he opened up the 8 ball enough? Does it go right centre?
I think it definitely goes left centre, but with a small window.
I think he might be gearing himself up for, if it doesn't go direct, maybe just trying to play it off the red. But that's a delicate one. You really have to get that contact perfect. Yeah, I think just the way he's looking, rather than trying to get up to be on it straight into the right centre, he's looking to stay low so that the contact's all in his eye line.
Yeah, so it's off the red. Oh, that's brilliant from Jack Whelan, isn't it? Just such a classy finish.
2 behind.
That's the break he's been after. Cue ball's going to stay up.
Gets to play a shot in his own break for the first time in the match.
And he could sneak through onto yellows.
He's already gone ahead and played his first shot. He's already down on his second.
Needs a run, needs a run, needs a run. Bit short.
Yeah, just about far enough, but not ideal. Yeah, it was. It needed another 2-3 turns just to be perfect on it. Sean obviously trying to go ultra quick, trying to leave as much time as possible to hopefully get a chance off a potential Jack Whelan dry break. But that will be the end of the road in this match. Jack coming in the best form of the 4 players in this group. Hard to sort of decide what your favourite for it will be. Obviously, we got the number 2 seed and Stevie Dempsey in, but Jack won the last time we were in Blackpool. He won the last Pro Series event, and he won it in, well, huge style in terms of he barely dropped a frame in the tournament.
Sean, again, every second counts with him, doesn't he? He's so quick to play on it.
Didn't want both to drop in.
No,
It
he
won't
didn't.
matter.
Job done for Jack Whelan. He can get it done 4-1 if he so wishes. And he will. Super performance from the wonder. He dusts off Sean Chipperfield in our first match of this fabulous group. Still not over for Sean. He's got 2 more matches to play, but he will need a result in them.
Didn't play in the original year, I don't believe. So, very good record in this format. That didn't work out though. He's in trouble here in the opening frame. Oh, can he just get through? Oh, yes, he can, but
just.
I think this goes as well. It's awful angle. It's very awkward, but I think it just squeezes past the 8 ball. Oh, it does.
It squeezes.
Oh, it does. I mean, it's really... I mean, just the fact it goes doesn't mean this is a sitter, but at least he's got a shot. This camera angle makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Brilliant shot. Yeah, that's the angle that you want if you were playing it.
Yeah.
You don't get that angle. Obviously, you're looking completely in the other direction. You can't line it up.
Couldn't see the pocket at all. It wasn't even in his peripheral. It was just not there at all, so that was an excellent pot. That wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah. It was far easier than the previous ball he made. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a sitting 8 ball by any stretch, but having made the previous one, I just thought he'd knock that in without really thinking. Disappointing start for Stevie then.
Yeah, really surprised.
Christie's such an entertaining player, he really is. Very flamboyant, beautiful style around the table. Also very, very quick player as well. See if he gets a head of steam up, he can really get going. Steadying himself through this visit though, not overly rushing and flying through it, just trying to make sure. Just left himself too straight on that previous one where he would have liked an angle just to be able to come down the table. So just accepting it though. He would like to have come off the cushion an extra 2 or 3 rolls though. Just puts a little bit of pressure on this one. Because of the angle of the cue ball as well. Depends how natural this is towards the centre pocket. Oh, he dropped it in. It was going towards the 8 ball. But drops it in dead weight. That was a very nice shot.
Yeah, Christian, new pro this season, but has not been playing like it. Booming break from Christie.
Booming break, good layout as well. It's just the 2 yellows above the break line. It's just, I don't believe the right hand one passes the other one. He could get to the left hand side and take it, but whichever way you go about it, you feel like you're going to nudge the other one, whether you go top left, top right. So it's just got to be careful when he deals with those 2. You saw the delicate drop in. Does that mean he's landed if he lands straight here, then it's not too bad. At much angle at all, and he's going to struggle not to nudge the other one, so he's going to be careful with the shot. To me, I think he's got just a turn of angle, but if he tries to force this through and top on and off the top cushion, it'll throw wide and he might just move the yellow. So he just needs to judge the cue ball here quite well. Yeah, he's looking at maybe even just trying to nudge into it. I'm not sure if he's quite got enough angle for that, though. No, got it wrong. It was just a touchy little shot, but difficult.
Not necessarily end of visit for Christie, but work to do. Yeah, real work to do. These 3 don't connect nicely.
Depends how much angle he has on the yellow to right centre now. If he can just drop this in and leave the angle where he can screw up the left-hand side of the table, it's fine. Might be just a touch thin. Hard to tell. The yellow goes past through the reds to top right, so in the ideal world, you just screw up the left-hand side of the table. I think he's got too much angle.
He's long.
Needs help.
Yeah, I'm not sure what shot he's got.
And that's why I said he had too much angle. He actually's done well to get on the line he did, but basically your margin of error going on that line is so slim, whereas if you can screw up the side of the table, you've got all the room in the world. Anywhere from left centre up is probably okay. So for me, just overhit that shot for action as well.
He hasn't, has he? Oh, Christie Caulfield.
Hit that one perfectly, though. No overhitting there. How about that?
That is some recovery shot. Goodness me.
Barely looks on from the replay, does it? It looks like it's too thin a cutback, but actually it wasn't too bad. He controlled it well. Cue ball was beautiful on it as well. Christie was hoping to get the snooker there and hasn't, but Stevie can only see one ball and he can't do anything with it.
I just wonder if he can bump it out and leave the cue ball top right of the table. I think Christie's not got loads.
Didn't get it out. Would love to have seen it pop into play more. Might have got the other side of the shot right. Is there a gap? The way Stevie and Christie are looking, I think there is. Oh, there is. Little swerve maybe. Yeah, just a little bit. You see how he just bends it round, but
lovely shot.
And it goes. What does he do? I think the only red he's got is up the table. I think the red above the cue ball goes top left, or he could play the plant. I think he's looking at the sensible safety shot, though. Yeah, can't blame him for this at all.
Not particularly good safety shot.
Yeah, he's not played it very well. I think it's the right choice of shot in terms of playing safe.
Stevie fancy taking the leftermost yellow up to the top right.
I think he has to.
Oh,
Stevie.
Hello.
Oh, a little bit unlucky where the red's gone over the right centre, but 1 minute left
and the red to the bottom right.
Yeah, he goes past it.
Oh, he's okay, yeah. All right then. All right then, Stevie. Grandstand finish time, perhaps. 50 seconds. There are a few better in this situation.
So good. Just overrun it, just a shade. Just a shade, but the red helps him here actually.
Yeah, I think it'll hold the cue ball up a little bit.
Yeah,
stay on the 8 ball.
Yeah, just catch the underside of it would be beautiful.
It's brilliant from Stevie Dempsey.
Yeah.
Now he could buzzer beat this. I believe it's Stevie's break, so he'll want to. In goes the 8 ball, cue ball runs, and that is that. They'll settle for a draw. He is brilliant, is the Hammer. Welcome back. Ultimate Pool Players Championship, and we've got 2 championship players. Jack Whelan, Stevie Dempsey. Both have won their opening matches. This to take control of the group, which Jack Whelan will seek to do following his victory over Sean Chipperfield. That's going to be dry, so Jack's going to get first poke at these. And just as I say that, reminded myself that Stevie in fact didn't win his opening match. He buzzer beated for a draw. Yeah, I had it in my head that he buzzer beated for the win, which really would have been tough on Christie, who suffered 2 buzzer beaters in 2 matches, but he's got 1 point out of it.
You have to feel for Christie, you really do. He's been buzzer beated twice. Stevie Dempsey and Sean Chipperfield in another day. Christie Caulfield could have 3 points right now, and he's got 1. He's still in with a chance, though. It's a very tight group here. I mean, but the draw always throws it into the mix in terms of what's possible. It'll become a clearer picture after this match. I think for Christie, certainly for the 4-way, oh, that's a poor shot from Jack Whelan, by the way, to get us going. Very similar actually to his first match, where his first visit he got all wrong and kind of gifted the chance to Sean Chipperfield and made a great finish. It feels like we're going to see the same thing here in terms of he's got it all wrong. Whether he hands the chance to Stevie, we'll wait and find out. But let me just finish what I was about to say in terms of the 4-way 6-red shootout, which is one way that Christie can qualify. He would need this match to be a draw, or the 4-way shootout would need this match to be a draw, and that would put Stevie down to 2, Jack on to 3, and you'd need Stevie and Sean to draw their final match to finish on 3, and then Christie beats Jack. So that's the way to the 4-way 6-red shootout. We'll do some calculations in a minute to see if there's any other way that Christie can qualify. If Jack wins this one, he goes to 4. Kind of irrelevant for Christie in terms of he can only get to 3. Stevie plays Sean in the final match. So if that match finished a draw, then Sean would only get to 3, Stevie would get to 2, Christie could get to 3 himself. So there's a couple of ways that Christie, it's not all over for him, but I think he does need, well, he definitely needs other results to go his way. But first thing he needs to do is focus on winning his match, but that's coming up in a bit. But for both these guys, it's qualification very much in their own hands. Just focus on winning the next 2 games and you're safely through. Although for Jack, he qualifies with victory in this match, it's worth pointing out. Does the top yellow go? It's very tight from here. No, it didn't, so he's playing off the red. That's clever. A little bit annoyed where that red's gone to, though. Not the end of the world. but just makes it a little bit trickier. The yellow still passes the red to the bottom corner. If Stevie can find his line through to that now, it would be the perfect connector to the yellow in the middle of the table. Needs it to pull up. Okay, he might go to the middle of the table first. Depends on his angle. He might be screwing back a little bit too close to the yellow. So may have to try and drop it in from here. If he was straight into bottom left now, he would play it straight away. See, this is a good angle to see how he's got more angle than he wants by quite a lot.
Just.
Oh, that used it all, didn't it? Pocket weight.
Very, very good.
Just so he can pop back out and get on the 8 ball into the corner. Oh, Jack. Oh, you can't miss those.
I'm amazed he has.
I'm blown away that he has. What a chance now then for Stevie. Giving himself a good talking to. There's Jack. He really, as all the top players do, but he really believes in his break, and when he sees Stevie break dry and leaves that layout, he's thinking, come on, 2-2 before Stevie comes back to the table. He didn't get the first job done, let alone have the opportunity to break in the next. And in these short races, he could be 3-0 with only 5 minutes on the clock before he gets to play another shot, and that's a long way back.
Jack Whelan, I'm pretty sure, would qualify with a victory here.
He doesn't.
Would take him to 4 points, and I don't think 2 players can overtake him.
He qualified. He's actually in a really comfortable position in terms of his own destiny, in terms of a win in either of his final 2 matches qualifies him. He won't want to take it to the final match, but that's the situation he's in.
See why Stevie's played it in that way, but Jack will fancy this. The hit was never in question, it was just whether he could get it tracking towards that pocket. And a foul's been called there.
Yeah, didn't hit a cushion.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
there we go.
Has to be after contact. I'm a little bit surprised here.
Yeah, to not take the red next to the 8 ball.
But he's going to play this one, I think, and then screw down for it. Or maybe he's not, the way he's queuing up here. In which case, I'm really surprised. But I can only assume that he feels there's so much room to be on the one below the 8 ball. Just has to get into the bottom half of the table. But I'm really surprised that he didn't play it first.
Well, he has to be using it as last ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Into the 15-second shot clock. This would all but ice the game for Stevie Dempsey.
The only reason I didn't really think he'd leave this till last, it wasn't getting onto the red. It's now that the 8 ball's going to move when he plays this shot, unless he plays this off the yellow. Even if he plays it off the yellow, it's probably going to move the 8 ball.
just like that.
Yeah, but he controlled it really well.
He did. In the 8-ball goes. Stevie Dempsey leads 3 frames to 0. Booming break from Jack Whelan. That will... Oh, it's a little bit more like it, isn't it?
It really is. He does have a fabulous break. Under 3 minutes to play. He won't give up, but it needs to be quick, and he needs help. I guess if he gets this done with over 2 minutes to play, then every chance he gets a chance in the next. If he gets a chance of a dry break in the next, that he would leave enough time for the potential golden break. Even enough time for 2 finishes, if we're honest, but he's hanging as tough as he can. That was very good from Jack Whelan. It is 3-2 here to Stevie. Apologies, it is actually 3-1, not 3-2.
You're very convinced of that.
I was very convinced because I thought I was getting excited about the potential comeback from Jack Whelan, but it is 3-1. This is just clock management from Stevie. It's not how you'd go about this frame if it was a 20 minutes left. He's just running the clock as much as he can. He would have liked to have pulled that one a little bit short though, so he could take the one top left first, because he was always going to play the cannon here as his last shot, which he'll play now, but he has to land on the yellow. Well, he's not even going to play it. He doesn't want to move the red that's blocked off. Clever from Stevie. So quick finish then, back to where I was before. It is 3-1. Quick finish allows him the opportunity to potentially have the chance for the golden break. Has to leave a second on the clock, that is all. Needs to play this off the red, I think. Oh no, he tried to top into the 8-ball. It might be the end of the match for him.
It will be. Stevie Dempsey gets the job done and he goes to the top of the group table. Stevie Dempsey top with 3, Jack Whelan second with 2, Sean Chipperfield tied second with 2, Christy Caulfield with 1. And in the final round of fixtures, goodness gracious me, is it all to play for. And this group is very, very live, which is very, very fun.
All 4 players can qualify. It's fascinating in a variety of combinations. Jack Whelan is through with victory. That's the easiest way to kind of put it. Christy Caulfield has to win. That's also a requirement. Christie wins, he gets himself to 3 points, which would tie Stevie Dempsey at the top of the table, leave Jack on 2. So Jack would be eliminated with defeat. Final match will see Stevie Dempsey take on Sean Chipperfield. If Sean wins that match, he's through, regardless of what happens in this one. If Stevie wins that match, he is through, regardless of what happens in this one. It is fascinating how it's poised, and for those that are fans of the four-way six-red shootout, very much live. No, it's not very much live. Take that back. Jack Whelan, and he can only get to, if he gets to 3, Christie can't. They needed to be on the same point, so forget that.
Can't believe you've done that to us.
Yeah, got a little bit excited, a little bit keen on the four-way, but there are certainly shootout possibilities. But for Christie, if he wins and Stevie wins, then those two go through. If Christie wins and Sean wins, then it would be Stevie and Christie in a 6-red shootout for second place in the group.
Fun and games. Fun and games. This has been a brilliant day, full of loads of action and entertainment. And it's ended in fine style. And it's still not even ended.
Mentally, this is a huge challenge for Christie because he had everything thrown at him in this group so far. 2 buzzer beaters against him in the first 2 matches. Stevie Dempsey threw one in to get the draw. Sean Chipperfield threw one in to get the win. Christie came back from 3-0 down, made it 3-3, broke dry, or went in off on his final break in the decider. Sean Chipperfield did the rest. Been a huge part of this group, and yet he's only got the 1 point to show for it. There's Christie.
Which is so crazy.
Job done here for Christie. Into the final 5 minutes. What a battle we're seeing here.
This match very much alive for both players.
That's okay. For a second I thought the red was going to get in the way. It hasn't. So good chance now. Problem he has is the natural's going into the red and he's quite close to the cushion. Plays it a lot firmer so it throws wider. And it hasn't really worked for him. Needs a bounce. He's okay. He's on the bottom red, but it's not ideal. Off the cushion. Awkward. Oh, the top one goes. It makes it so much easier. Oh, he's arced around it. He was trying to really force into the red and knock it towards the left-hand side. It was actually a clever shot that Christie played. It asked a question of Jack that just left him an unnatural angle on the only ball he could pot. It wasn't just a case of hit and hope at the end for Christie. There was some thought in it, and that's what's allowing him back to the table. Challenging shot, but this is what he was hoping for when he played his previous safety. Something along these lines.
Oh, no, I thought it was in.
I thought it was in. I thought he cued it in like a dream.
Couldn't get much closer.
Cued that in nicely. Really nicely. This 8 ball to go in front with under 2.5 minutes to play.
Sometimes it's just when you win the frames.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh,
no way. Oh, he's got one. That looked dry for a long time, didn't it?
I thought it was dry. There was balls rattling jaws everywhere, but eventually one finds a home.
Cause the extension. He should be able to hit the finishing line from here.
Yeah, not too tough a finish, just 1 ball to work out, but it's not really about the finish.
Can see some last 16 spectators in the background there, keeping an eye on proceedings. Dylan Leary, Scott Gillespie, I think a couple of others I saw in there as well. Yeah, Ronan McCarthy's in the house. Jamie Burnett at the front of the queue there.
Yeah, worth pointing out that Ronan and Jamie aren't into the last 16, but still enjoying the coverage. Into the final minute, and Jack's absolutely where he wants to be.
He's timed this to perfection. Brilliant stuff from Jack Whelan. It is all over. Christie Caulfield eliminated. The Wonder qualifies. Super performance. And it all comes down to Stevie Dempsey and Sean Chipperfield.
And then obviously once that went in, it was a sort of just got to try and take your time as much as you can. And I had one of his balls tied up on the top rail, which I tried to leave as last possible minute, just in case I did make a mistake. But when I potted the ball into the bottom right pocket, and I cannoned my only safe ball out,
Chippy.
I think he's okay, you know. If it's not touching.
Oh, it looks pretty close. Yeah, that's touching, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not okay.
Yeah, he's pretty far from okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's disaster. I thought he was completely fine on that finish. He'd taken it out really nicely. Until this moment here, what can he do? Oh, he's giving it a good go, you know.
Well, it wasn't touching then, but obviously he played straight into it. But yeah, Obviously, it clearly didn't cut in. It was just a sort of a desperation sort of shot then. But
So just to bring you up to speed, dear viewer, Jack is qualified. He cannot be finished outside of the top 2. You may still well finish second in the group, Jack. Not that it matters too much. Just affects on who you're able to draw tomorrow.
yeah,
But Jack is through it. He's got 4 points currently with all his matches played. Christie is out. He's got 1 point from 3 matches. Stevie then is second place currently. He has 3. He's got a win and a draw to his name. Stevie therefore qualifies with either a win or a draw in this match against Sean Chipperfield. If Chippy wins, Chippy qualifies and will go level on points with Jack Whelan, in which case we'll see a 6-red shootout just for fun, really, which will decide which one of you and Chippy finishes top of the pile. We'll also get that should Stevie draw this match, he'll qualify and we'll get a 6 red. So basically what we're saying here, Jack, is you're a massive fan of a Stevie Dempsey win because it gets your job done for the night.
I'm like I said to Scott then, can I leave? And he says no, you've got to wait because it could be a 6 red. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter as you've looked at the results that have come through of the final, well, of the last day, should I say the previous 7 groups, that there's some guys that have won the group that you'd have thought, oh, that's a bit of a shock one. But then there's some guys, like obviously the clear one is Tom, that's finished second. But then obviously Waddingham's in his group and he's obviously top.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good player. So it's sort of...
Declan Brennan finished second.
Yeah, Declan
Arfan Dad second. John McAllister second.
Yeah.
Cousins second. Some good runners-up.
Yeah.
No easy draws, I think, regardless of where you finish in the groups, to be honest with you. They're all pretty guaranteed to be reasonably difficult.
100%, and obviously with it being only for race to 5s as well, it doesn't really make a difference who you play. You've seen what can happen on these first to 4s, and for the sake of one more frame, it doesn't really overly matter too much who you play. It's
agreed.
It's a case of if you get your chance and then sort of try and play the clock as best you can at the end.
Yeah, we've noticed it most in this group actually. It's just been a case of making as few mistakes as possible, because it's not necessarily, in other groups you feel like you can maybe get away with making a mistake. You might not get punished. When you've got 4 players as good as yourselves all are, you get punished, and sometimes punished with 1 or 2 frames.
I couldn't really tell where the boards were going. I think it was because I knew I needed to draw just to get like where I had this match here was a result then.
Yeah.
And obviously I knew a win would put me through, but it was just a case of like everything I was doing, I was just over hitting it, under hitting it. I think I was sort of trying too hard to defend, only getting a draw.
It is a fun format. It does make you do and think about stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily think about in any other tournament. We see it so often on our Monday night events. If a player wins the first 2 matches and they're guaranteed to be through with a draw, they're horrible games because all of a sudden your entire mindset changes and you almost feel like you've got something to defend rather than something to go and earn.
I've lost that match before, 2-0 up, two wins, defending a draw, and I've ended up losing it.
It was to Christie, wasn't it? Was that the group?
Possibly.
You ended up in a 6-red with him?
Yeah, I think it might have been actually.
Yeah. I remember
and
that.
then, obviously a couple of weeks ago, I'm playing in the final match against Amy, and I'm thinking, please don't do anything silly here to me, but I managed to get over the line in that one.
But they are mental challenges, aren't they? Because it completely reframes it.
It's something you're never used to, trying to defend not winning. You either win or you lose, and I think that's a good thing about the clock, but also not a good thing. I'm not sure if I 100% like it, only because I'd prefer someone to knock a finish in against me rather than... Like here, Stevie's 2 up, he knows he's got the draw to get through, and he'll be hitting the balls on as close to 5 seconds, if not lower.
Yeah. It's just part of it, I think.
Of course,
I think there's certain tournaments, obviously the Monday night's a big one, where it's almost just part of the skill set. You need to have it. Whereas, I quite like the variety. Basically, I think is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, look, it's one of them where if I get the Pro Series or not, and I do like that.
I loved the British Open when it was races to 10. I thought that tournament was fantastic.
I think if you ask the top 16 players, what format would they play? It'd be raised to 10s, 11s,
Yeah.
13s, straight knockout.
I'd love to have a tournament with some sets in. Little races to 3 sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost like dart style.
Yeah, well,
I'd love a bit of that.
That used to be the format in the World Championships.
Yes,
So
it
it used
did.
to be raised
yeah,
to
yeah.
4, best of 5.
Yes, yeah,
So you
yeah.
had, and some of the matches you'd see 2-0
Oh,
up,
fantastic, yeah.
2-0 up and 3-all. Like it could have been 4-0, 4-0. So you're like 11-3 down. You nick that frame and you're only 2 sets to 1 down.
Yeah, it keeps the matches live for
Yeah,
longer.
yeah, definitely.
It's hugely entertaining. Stevie
And
Dempsey's gone about these beautifully, by the way.
Yeah.
He just while we're sort of chatting, he's 2 shots away from going 3-0 up and all but putting Sean Chipperfield out of the tournament. Just needs to get this one right, and he left it beautiful to do just that.
Yeah.
8 minutes left.
But obviously the clock doesn't stop either, does it? So it'll be probably 7 by the time we get back to playing again.
Yeah, awkward queuing for him. He's wary of that yellow by his hand. Once he's settled into it, that was never being missed. Back underway in the Players' Championship. We have 5:55 left on the match clock, I can confirm. And Sean Chipperfield breaks dry, which will, I'm sure, no doubt, improve his feeling at the moment. And Stevie Dempsey can go through these yellows, and a great chance for him to whitewash Chippy and get himself a place in the last 16.
Oh, that might... See that yellow, the red that he's just nudged over the middle pocket, the yellow that's safe down at the bottom of the table, that would have been his pocket really, or obviously the bottom left pocket. But it's which you might be able to play on now actually.
I was just thinking, yeah, he's got to top right down to the bottom left. That looks like the play.
And now we're just about to go into the 15 seconds. So
yeah, this has to be the shot next.
Yeah, this is the match. This ball is. And
It's a lovely shot.
Fractionally.
Yeah, he's a little bit close to the cushion, which will just affect him a little bit.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay though.
Yeah.
He can hit this thick into the pocket and hold the cue ball. And he's hit it into the middle and still hold the cue ball. Yeah, it's a good shot.
Lovely. Looks really sharp to Stevie, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he'll take the yellow into the top left pocket now. And just stun across off the side rail. And you got your one in the middle bag. And then the yellow into the bottom left. And I'll be on the A50.
Qualifying through in second place and absolutely delighted about it. No 6-red shootout required for Mr. Whelan. Stevie Dempsey almost out and top of the group. And this has been one of the performances of the group stage from Stevie Dempsey. Brilliant work from the hammer, eliminates Sean Chipperfield, and qualifying through from group number 8, Stevie Dempsey and Jack Whelan.